dark room. Dark and only illuminated by the night sky, as it is perfectly clear. Now, being in this room, you are surprised the night sky should give any kind of illumination, if not for the fact that the dome roof, made of many sections of opened glass panels, give way to let you see to the heavens above. Before you, you can see the goddess Selûne in all of her pale moonlight glory, beaming down across Faerun beneath, and to you guys as well. Following over in her arc of eclipsing over the earth, you can see the tears of Selûne, about 9 little earthly bodies following over atop of the multitude of dazzling, sparkling lights that hang above you. Durnan, then, who you have in your handouts, the innkeeper who you told you were going to go and try his dungeon. He comes forward and strikes a match over at a candlestick laid in the center of the table before you. You then can see the room around you, which includes a heavy, very, very worn-in and graffitied wooden table with a selection of about 12 chairs that all line around it. And up to about 10 feet tall, includes wooden walls that do have more windows still through which you may peer out from, but everywhere across all of the wood that are laid bare, lacking any real furnishings, and for the table itself, you see a multitude of endless names. Some of which, now that you're looking over it, include gentle little faint kind of little illusory glowings of some kind of men and women that have come before, while others have scratched or even charred their names into the floors and table and chairs. And they have been thorough. They have made sure to scratch every inch of woodwork that this room has with names. It is a dazzling, mind-boggling amount of names. Right, as promised, you guys are welcome to the penthouse suite until you head in down tomorrow. Take the opportunity to get to know one another, since it seems as though you'd best be tied as a group together. I've let the regulars know that you're planning to go down tomorrow. They'll be placing bets for the night, and by morning, you should have a few extras that wanted to have a little word with you. As is customary around here, I get paid my gold piece per head. If you already are going to come back or not, doesn't matter. But you've paid your gold, and I'll be paying you a night of food, drink, and whatever else you may like. And for you guys, who you're being taken care of by this innkeeper, you know that he, along with Mert, the moneylender, very well-known adventurer extraordinaire, who you have in your handouts as well, the pair came up with a king's ransom, which allowed them both to either become great nobles, as Mert has, or, in Durnan's case, to buy the property that once belonged to Halaster Blackcloak himself when he was still living on the surface. This inn, the Yawning Portal, it was once his arcane tower, to which you guys have got his makeshift sort of arcane study room, an observatory that's been remade into a penthouse suite for your personal pleasure the night before you head on down into Undermountain. Durnan then also, pulls up a chair forward and he goes, "Have a seat, tell me what you'd like, and I'll get Bonnie to bring you up something. Now, you got any questions for me?" And you guys are welcome to respond.
Something dark, something smoked.
That's pretty much my specialty, so I should be able to sort you with that.
Grab me the house special. Might as well. Why not?
What coincidence? The house special is my dark and smoked meats. Yeah.
Yep, that'll do.
Good.
That would do for me too.
Can you guarantee the freshness?
I can guarantee that they will be freshly smoked.
This is acceptable to me.
Well, I'll do my best. And basically, he just kind of smirks. He goes out of the room, but his hand traces across the door, which, of course, the back of it has been scrawled over by countless names. And around the door handle, around the door knob there, well, more like door handle, around the sort of edges of it, you can see a name that has been so chipped away by more names that it has kind of been melted away in like a mixed match of scratches. But as he leaves, he kind of idly traces his fingers across it. He takes a moment, and then he quietly leaves, heading downstairs, leaving you guys alone to this room. It's night currently, pretty late at night. Not so much into morning, but the moon is at its highest, and the atmosphere is a midsummer's night. So even though it is dark and the windows are open, you guys are getting wonderfully sort of energetic and like wonderful fruity kind of smells coming in from fresh nature, and the ocean, let's not forget, that drifts and continues to smack across the Waterdeep Harbour, which you guys can see. All these scents filter in through a gently breezing midnight air, while you guys are in your private little room, kind of getting ready for the big leap tomorrow. How do you spend this time?
I go over to the open windows. That's letting in all the ocean scents and stuff, and I close them.
Okay.
Fucking hate the ocean. Stinks.
Hey, that's the good stuff. Why are you closing off the good stuff, man? I opened back one part of the window.
I sort of just shake my head and like roll my eyes. Fine. And then I just start looking around. You said this was the observatory. There used to be Hallister Blackhawks.
It used to be, yes. You can tell that that was what it was used to be, but all furnishings have since been gone. The roof of which has obviously been just removed, and a glass paneling has been loosely kind of fitted to it. And yeah, that's pretty much what this room is. It's just a spare room with chairs and a table, and now a little lantern to it.
Even still, Dak goes into a bit of a fanboy moment, and he's sort of like just walking around the room, and the other characters can hear him muttering under his breath, sort of things like, "Oh, this is it. This is where he used to be. This was his observatory," and sort of just spends a good amount of time just like wandering around the room, looking at everything he can,
Why don't you give me...
just geeking out a bit.
Yeah, why don't you give me... This would be a very difficult check, but why don't you give me a investigation check, and I'll give this check at advantage because of your Arcana skill. Okay, so you are going to be an excellent wizard. Yeah, you're going to be an excellent wizard with the roles I've seen beforehand.
Wow.
So you not only know that this was set up to perfectly catch some of the like wonderful interstellar bodies that were out and about in the sky. But whoops, that's my Discord. Cut that, please, editors. So not only do you see that there is the like extraplanar series of planets that lie up in the sky, but you are able to tell that Halaster has also gently kind of twisted the building and orientated it so it is perfectly aligned for teleportation, to allow like the orbit of the Earth, the orbits and alignments of other planets to actually be strategically lined up to enable easier casting of teleportation magic to potentially get him to such other places like those distant, far-off planets that you know little of. One of which might well be the Tears of Saloon, where you have once heard that one used to be held as an outbase for a whole gathering of beholders.
Upon realizing all this and figuring this out, I will pull out a quill and parchment and start taking notes of all the revelations I'm having.
It is quite a bit. I mean, Halaster was no, stouchy man when it came to wizardry. He was interstellar. He was cosmically renowned. The gods know him as much as they know of Zastam and Asarak, who are well-known liches of such power. But Halaster is just a mad one that's an exception to being well known, despite having such ridiculous amounts of capabilities to his arsenal. And while you're doing that, what do the others do?
I mostly relax and take it easy. If we are going on the big adventure tomorrow, resting is a good idea, I would say.
Well, that would be very smart then. And you have been promised by Durnan that he has got an arrangement set up for adventurers that do plan to head on down there, that any business you need to take care of or deal with, there will be people available. They will make themselves available, and business will be conducted all throughout tonight. Whoever comes by can pick up and drop off whatever you need before tomorrow morning. And those people should be expected shortly.
So that's for if you want to buy something and stuff like that.
Or sell something if you've not sold anything already.
Yeah, I would like to sell my potion of resistance and try to buy another magic item if I can afford it.
We'll see. We'll see. But firstly,
It's another uncommon one, so it's nothing rare or something.
yeah, totally. You know, it is something that could be brought over the counter, certainly, and maybe you could get a bit of an exchange potion of resistance for something else. We'll see. Tolin, what do you get?
I will query how much I can get. Sorry, I will query how much I can get for my potion of animal friendships.
You'll wait until you can barter that with an actual person with you.
No worries.
But I don't mind telling you, probably nothing more than 20 gold.
Yeah, I'll just keep it.
Very well. All right.
You never know.
Never know. Now then, Tolin, what do you get up to while you're in this room?
Well, I'm cowering in the darkest part of the corner and observing, or basically covertly monitoring Andy, Blovar, and Zidane.
I'm sorry. Who was that third person that you were talking about?
I would just say Alpha because I cannot pronounce that first name.
Oh, you mean Dak?
Yeah, Dak.
Dak, yes. Yeah, so while you guys are just chilling and chatting, the human individual, the wood elf rather, just kindly tucks into a corner of this round little room, so they're having difficulty finding that corner, while they kind of shy away and just kind of keep to themselves quietly. They seem a little bit antisocial and scared.
Well, after a few minutes, I'm going to take the opportunity to walk up to the gentleman that closed the window and say, I guess Sierra doesn't agree with you.
I'm just not used to it. I've been underground most of my life, and yeah, it's so salty. I don't know how people deal with it. Just so salty all the time and fishy. It's horrendous.
What brethren do you have with you, or are you alone?
What brethren? I'm alone. This is a journey I needed to make myself.
Well, we have something in common. I'm also alone as well, but I'm not from Waterdeep. I'm from faraway lands looking for missing family members.
And do you think they could be in this dungeon?
Anything's possible. All I can deal with is rumors. If you need a friend, I'll be more than happy to journey with you.
Well,
Dak
then.
sort of nods in understanding and acknowledgement.
Now with that, you guys get a knock at the door.
I'll run up to it and open it.
When you open it, that you see that there is a very beautiful, silken robed, Chilton woman with a pair of slender glasses in front of her eyes, while she is a deep mahogany skin-toned person with a very wonderful series of scrolls, paperworks, and an assortment of wonderful golden jewels that line into her frizzy hair that she ties up into a multitude of braids. And as she comes in, she walks in with an elegant sort of clip-clop of her high heels as they do step in. And she says, "Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Obaya Uday. I am here representing Wakanga Utamu, and he has interest in some of the legendary lost trinkets of Halasta's trove deep in Undermountain. Please excuse my accent, by the way. I have tried to adapt the northerner tongue. It may not have worked too well, but I've done my best to study it."
Oh, don't worry, Auntie. It's not that bad.
Oh,
At least it's not as bad as the other sailors.
That's very kind of you. I've done some work to try and get the accent just right. Now then, here is the situation. Depending on any magic items that you recover that you might not have need of, I am prepared to pay a reasonable fee, beginning from 10 platinum pieces for the simplest of magical equipment you find down there. And should you find something rather extraordinary, I could be willing to part with as much as 5,000 platinum pieces. All of which you can sell to me, and I shall put to you sending them back to Wakanga himself, who will be your personal benefactor in this case. This should only come if you should find yourself just too endowed with items you don't have a use for. How does that sound?
Well, sounds like
I'd say that's a pretty good.
yeah, a fairly good deal. But it
What
all
was this
depends
person's
whatever.
name again?
What was that?
What was this person's name? Like, that's interested in the
Obeya
items?
Uday. Obeya Uday. While she represents Wakanga Otamu. And yet again, I'm actually going to allow Dax a history check on this, but just a history. And just a flat roll.
I mean, I've got a +9, so.
Ah ha ha! But you can always
Oh,
nat
it's bound
one.
to happen.
You can always
Hey.
nat one.
I'm too
Wakanga
distracted by the room.
Wakanga
even get lit by
Otamu
passion.
is apparently not a wizard at all. He is in fact a well-known exhibitionist of a hedonist kind of immoral man. Why he wants magic items? You don't know. What you do know is that he will put them to perverted and unnatural ends.
Okay.
That is what your character believes.
That's what my character thinks, yeah.
Yes.
I sort of grimace, like, well, not like nastily, but like, ugh, yeah. And just like the memories of being, like, learning that information and just, ugh,
Yeah.
just a distaste.
Yeah, that's fair enough. The woman looks at you, sees you're grimacing, and she basically says, she's not going to comment on it, but basically she goes, well, regardless of what you may feel to my master, I am personally here to financially benefit you. Should you be willing, I have set a room aside here at the Yawning Portal, and I shall be on standby should you be willing to make any deals with me.
So I'm getting the sense that we're going to be able to come and go from this dungeon if we are going to be getting items and then selling them off.
Well, it's not unknown for certain individuals to peer into the dungeon and to make it out alive. What all accounts always come back with is that the dungeon changes, and the challenges that it threatens are either more deadly or sometimes a more capable adventurer can pass through. Now, you, Mr. Wizard, who I can clearly tell is a very interesting one. Yes, I can definitely see some semblance of you to my master, Okanga. He would probably like to see you one day, to share notes, of course. My master has a special interest when it comes to spell books and other spell scrolls. For a spell book that contains a multitude of spells, you might be able to expect a rather high bonus, that I can tell you.
As she started talking about her boss maybe showing interest in me, my brow was definitely burrowing and sort of just uninterested. But then as soon as she mentioned the spell scrolls and spell books, I instantly lightened up and started nodding in acknowledgement. And I said, okay, well, I'll very much keep that in mind. I'm a bit of a collector myself, but if I ever have the need to, if I ever find too many, then I might share.
Well, a good point I'm talking out of character for you is that you might obtain a spellbook, let's say, copy it, get that, and then sell it on, and make up for, like, the ink cost, if not make a profit.
Definitely could do.
Yeah, very possible, very possible. But she basically says that should one of you not come back alive, this offer extends to any one of you, should you wish to take it, but I'm sure you will have no problem finding your way through the dungeon. You look ready for it.
You're really raising my spirits, lady.
Well, needless to say, that I feel that there's at least an average of about 1 in every 20 adventurers who make it out of Undermountain. I think you might be that natural 20, you know?
Compensation's pretty high.
Yes, the Yawning Portal, as is Undermountain, is very well known. That's why Durnan sells out entry for gold. He makes quite a bit of profit for the amount of people that come in and out.
And ability to set up a fund for the less advantaged in this area.
Now that catches her by surprise. She wasn't expecting anything like charity work. She will basically say, sorry, dear, I actually don't know much about Waterdeep's inner workings. I am actually from Chult. I am just passing by.
I'm honored bound to test your honesty, ma'am.
What's that?
I'm honor bound to test your honesty. I thank you.
Oh. She basically nods jerkingly and a bit hesitantly, but she basically says, just to get you going, if you should have any magical items that you feel might be worthy of trade, I could certainly pass some money over. And you were talking about your potion of animal friendship?
I was actually going to say, from the other side of the room, Dak sort of just like, as he's gone back to looking around, he just looks over his shoulder and yells across the room, "Do you want a potion of animal friendship?"
She basically looks that she hears you and she basically goes, I can do trade with you as a courtesy, but I have no interest for that potion. But I can take it off your hands for a couple of gold.
Couple of gold. How about trading it for a potion of healing?
Oh, well, I will need to get a retainer on the job, but I don't see that being any problem whatsoever. Consider it done.
Wonderful.
And I'm sitting at a table on the chair with my feet on the table, and I ask, "And how about the potion of resistance? I happen to have."
Did you want anything for it in mind, or did you just want to trade it for gold?
Well, depends on what you have. I've been in search a while for the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength.
She says in a refined a bit too refined for such a spontaneous laugh, But she basically just goes, no, that is not an even trade, especially
No.
by Chilton standards. I'm very sorry.
I know, but I have some gold I could chip in
Do
to
you
fill up
now? Well, even so, I'm very sorry that I could not sell you that. I wouldn't have any on hand. Neither is it quite my duties. I'm doing this little potion of healing run as a favor. I can't spend times waiting in a bidding hall for a pair of gauntlets of ogre strength to come by. No, my master's key use of my funds is to spend on what you might bring up from Undermountain itself.
Well, that's fine. Just had to ask at least.
Well, no harm in asking. I can certainly appreciate and respect that.
How much would you give for the potion of resistance?
I like the offer your friend has made. He chose to exchange his potion of animal friendship for another potion. I'll tell you what, I could get a retainer in the same job to do something similar. How about you want strength? I could ascertain for you a potion of hill giant strength. That would be within my power. How does that sound?
Well, it would be better than nothing, but
Go on.
the thing with potions is they just last for a while.
Well, that is their nature, it's true. But that's the best I can offer you, unless you just want gold.
Will we have any chance to go out and look, try to find any other equipment, magical items, or is this the only chance we have for?
That entirely depends on if you make it back out of Undermountain alive.
I meant kind of out of character. Will we have any more chance to buy something, or
As the
is it the
DM,
only
I will
chance?
tell you the same answer. It entirely depends on when you guys turn tail, if you can turn tail, if you're alive. I won't tell you how Undermountain will play out. It is a complete
Yeah, but I
mystery at this
mean,
point.
do we have any chance before we go into the dungeon to go out shopping or?
Oh, right. At this point, you could delay your entry, but aside from Obaya Ude, Durnan will bring other merchants in to you, or you can request some. Durnan will bring them in, as described
Yeah,
earlier. So
yeah, that's
yes.
what I said. So I can kind of try to find something with them instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I wait. I keep my potion.
All right. Very well. With that, Obeya basically says, I look forward to finding what you may bring up from Undermountain itself. My master will be very keen to pay for your wonderful rewards that you find down there, should you be willing to sell, of course. Have a very pleasant evening, gentlemen. And with that, she turns and escorts herself out of the room, leaving you be. But before the door closes, you see another figure come forward. This one being of a very dandy, handlebar mustached individual. And anybody that has spent any time going around Waterdeep knows this man's name very well. It is Volo Famp Gedam, such author as one Volofam's Guide to Monsters author, as it includes, and he comes forward and he basically goes, "Oh, well, fancy seeing new people. I had heard that there were some new incomers that were going to try and tackle Undermountain. Please, by all means, have you been offered a free drink yet?"
We're still waiting for it, surprisingly.
I believe they're on the way.
"Oh, well, that shouldn't be too much longer. I got to admit, though, the stairs are actually quite a trek. Whew, winded old fellow. Now then, I have a little tale for you, dungeon delvers, if you would care to give Volofamp your precious time."
I don't see why not. You
Perfect.
are the
He
author.
slaps his
You are the
hands and
author of
begins
the-
rubbing.
Yeah.
As the moment he heard the word perfect, he was already straight and ready to begin talking.
This is a mistake.
This story dates to the fall of the Lillifan, an elven kingdom of the north. An alabaster throne belonging to Saigalef Uldark, the last coronel of Lillifan, disappeared from the capital city of Elafdilal, where the mad mage built his tower, and today stands Waterdeep. It's said that a group of dwarfs feared the destruction of such a miraculous work of stonecraft and stole the throne right out from under the elves' slender noses. Could you imagine that? Oh, I would have loved to have seen those elves. They would have been an uproar. Where the dwarves hid it for so long, who knows? But should you find it in Undermountain, it would please the elves of the north to know it survives. That would be a mission that I would hint that a group of venturers looking to make a name for themselves might yet seek out. You're very quiet for adventurers.
Well,
I
always
take it you're
people
more
out.
the solemn, quiet types.
Oh no, that was a tale that had to be processed for a while. It was interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. My story was so magnificently spoken. You were just so flabbergasted. Listen, you are not the first, and I completely understand. When Volovamp Vologedam begins to go into the miraculous tales and stories of long-lost lore that I myself know, it truly takes people aback. It's surprising I didn't take up a career as a bard, but let it be known that I wanted to share my gift with all those that buy a book. Speaking of, I highly recommend that you buy one of my copy of Volofam's Guide to Monsters. It could certainly forge you well to purchase it. I guarantee it won't be wasted.
What type of coin are you asking?
What type
Well,
of coin? That would be a measly 50 gold pieces. And some may say, well, technically more like 49 gold pieces, 99 silver. But let it be said, this is more than a book. It is an investment. Can you afford to be wrestling with a black pudding while you're realizing that your weaponry is going to be dissolved? No. At that moment, what would good old Volo do? He would, midway in the black pudding, take out his book, read upon how to distinguish the slime, and give it a bap on the nose with the hearty hardback cover, limited edition.
well, of course, a book can always come in handy, but I mean, 50 gold for a package of toilet paper, that's a little bit too much to me.
Toilet paper? My good sir! You speak as if... I mean, you're right to be critical. I had a fair share of critics in my day, but there's no way to compare my book with garbage or
Well,
stooling.
that's what I can
Ah.
see. That's the best I can see the use of a book for. Either to make, when you need to make a campfire, the paper comes in handy, or if you have to go behind the book to nature's call.
Dak looks at Bolvar.
Especially if it's in nice paper sheets.
Yeah, he is also now taken aback a bit as he just
Yeah,
goes.
Dak hugs his spell book under his cloak tightly
Yeah,
and stares at Bolvar with
yeah,
hatred.
yeah.
As a book nerd, would Dak know the sort of contents that Volo's Guide to Everything has and like how useful it can be?
You know
Is
the
this a
book.
commonly known book?
You know the book, and I don't mind giving you a bit of meta knowledge, which basically means you can spend an action to refer to the book, and what I know as a GM about a monster, you might know about a monster in character. That is the effects of that book. You do not know its contents because you don't really care. It's an arcane thing. But if you want to care, that's completely up to you now.
The price of the
Dak
light's
will,
too high.
Dak will approach Volo and like, is he holding one now in his hands?
Oh, he's you know what?
Like presenting one?
He's brought in a little wooden trolley, the kind of which has an extendable kind of clasp to it, and in the back it's just a box with two little cartwheels. And yes, he has assembled a collection of about 10 copies on hand to sell.
Volo, Sam, would I be able to have a quick skim of one of these so I know the type of material I'm purchasing?
Ooh, you ask a hard bargain, but I see that you are a very reasonable deep gnome, otherwise known as Smurf Neblin. I dare anyone in this room to try to pronounce it as accurately as I have. Spent some time in the Underdark, mind you, as well. I had a few rough encounters, but I was helped by a few deep gnomes.
I pick up one of the books from the trolley and open it up
He's
while
kind
he's
of like,
talking.
he's kind of like, wait, that would have been 5. You know what? Okay, and yeah, I want you to give me a slash roll, 1d26. I think that's right for the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. E. Wait, hang on. A, B, C, D, E, F,
H.
G, H. Alright, H. Ah! So what he tells you about the hooked horror. So you come to a page that you are familiar with, given that this is an Underdark kind of creature. If actually I can fucking find it. Because...
I'm
Okay.
just trying to get some quick free information.
Alright, so Hooked Horrors being a little bit of a bitch. Why can't I find about Hooked Horrors? Hook. Give me that hook. Hook horror. There isn't a thing. Alright, so how about I bring this out and then add it to the compendium? DD boop. Start here. Oh wait.
Watch us never encounter a hook horror now.
Well, hang on. This actually didn't need importing from the compendium, so it's in there somewhere. But a hooked horror has a picture that you can see here in the handouts. How does that look? It kind of has the
Horrifying.
it has the face of a bird, the body of it's got the legs of a bit like a bird mixed with some kind of aberrational humanoid whose arms have twisted into nasty spiked claws. And as you review the details, I don't mind going to Hook Horror in Creatures and NPCs. And I don't mind. Let's see. Ooh, if I showed it. Yeah, I could show this. I don't mind showing to you, as the players, what a Hook Horror can do. So, they are known as. They are usually in clans. They have extended families, groups of clans, usually involve by an eldest female. They're pack predators, and they use echo communication usually by striking the hooks against their skeletons or stone surfaces to make some vibrations and clanging noises to help them understand the terrain for miles around the Underdark. You see that they are fierce predators, but essentially you get the information that are there. So if you hear one within like a mile or so, well, he probably hears you within a mile or so, honestly.
Oh, they seem to be pretty nasty. It was worse than I thought. First, I thought it was just a horrible hooker, but this is even worse.
Hmm. Yes, it is. To which Volifamp lets you have a nice look, and he waits to see if you try to turn a page, and he slams it forward, and he just goes, you had your free preview now. Now it's time to give Volo what he's due.
Oh, I don't have any money.
The silence is role played, and he basically just goes, right then.
So, Mr. Volo, sir, why not do it like this? If your book has a lot of things about the undermountain creatures, right?
It has a lot about all creatures, I can tell you. From the far-flung jungles of Chult, to the deepest underdark dungeon, to the high fells of the Spine of the North. I've got it all, my friend.
So I'll be willing to purchase it if you're willing to sign it.
He smiles, mustache to mustache of his handlebar, and he just goes, "It will be my pleasure."
Yep, and you have deal.
Excellent. So I'll, you know what? I will only charge you 1 silver piece for that autograph. That's a generous offer, I tell you. My autograph usually sells for around 10 platinum pieces, but for you, seeing as it's your day before going into Undermountain, I'll give you a very special discount since you are buying my book while you're at it. So, who is that making the purchase? Who is that?
Andy.
Would you please care to mark off 50 gold pieces from you? And to your treasury, you may add a signed copy of Volo's Guide to Monsters. As an action, you can look into this book and look at an entry, and you can learn what you need to about a monster, within reason.
What do you mean by in reason?
Well, everything is kind of written in his hand. I might share details with you, but like it, for example, when looking up an elder dragon, it may not say they make 5 attacks per round and have legendary actions. It may instead say the swift nature of this terrible foe lashes out at the even hardiest would-be adventurers with a barrage of strikes at blinding fury. So, it may be more fanciful than meta.
I'm just making sure I'm no charlatan. Better not be classifying black pudding as a gelatinous, because I will come find you.
My good sir, I invented the definition between a black pudding and a gelatinous cube. I can assure you.
I guess, my friend, it's well paid for.
Yes, it is.
Well, Andy is just spinning around with the book, happy with the.
Yay! It's a heavy book. In your equipment, it's actually going to weigh 2 pounds.
Sweet.
Yeah. So it does have a weight to it, but, nothing major. Okay. And with that, Volo basically senses the room, and he just goes, "Right then. I'll be betting on you all to make it back all alive. I'm gonna have that within the first level. That should be... let's up the game. I reckon you'll all make it back within the second level of the dungeon. Yes. And no one shall lose a limb."
Oh, that's quite a bet right there.
"Yes, it is, but I have high hopes in you. Right then, I'll leave you all to it. I bet you have much to do." And as he opens the door, DoMM is back with a very lovely ginger-haired barmaid carrying in an entire roasted pig. And it is an entire pig because DoMM himself, and those beefy arms that you can see he has, is helping carry the thing. And they basically come forward and they plop the huge beast down on the table before you while it is steaming. Lined around the pig, it has an assortment of small bits of greenery, including a few fried onions that are kept to the side, and a few metal flagons that have like very spicy and flagrant and lovely kind of dips that you might have a go at. And they are able to create like oven baked chips, to which they have also done. They have also gathered a collection of mixed salad to add to this, and have brought to you guys a collection of plates, one fork each, no knives, but but they have brought you a fork each. And they bring you a signed kind of signature tankard. And you can see that it is a Yawning Portal Ale, which is the size as you might expect. A towering, huge mug that narrows at the nozzle quite spectacularly, like narrowly, to a point that it is actually like proportionate for a deep gnome's mouth, almost, while at the bottom it's wider than one of your legs. So it seems to be a particularly wide tankard, and as you're tilting the liquids up, you do catch a beautiful, refreshingly wonderful brewed ale that you perfectly put down. And yeah, DoMM basically wipes his hands and basically says, "Right then, anything you'd like me to ask to be brought up to you guys? Just ask, and I'll get somebody to bring it over."
Mm. I'm Andy is just stupefied the amount of things that come in and how good it looks.
It does look amazing.
Yep. And I'll just mention to Dernan, hey, could you do me a favor?
What can I do for
Just
you?
why don't you put this in the bet that will come back? I'll give him 2 gold.
Are you tipping him?
Yep.
He basically takes that. He gives a smile and he ruffles your hair as he just goes, "Thanks very much, miss. I will put it away. I'll bet on you making it through the dungeon."
Yes. And I'll just start trying to grab a bite of them.
Yeah, the fact they didn't give you a knife makes this harder, but you get your hands involved eventually because it looks so good. You just don't want to ask about the knife. You just want to get stuck in. And given the kind of awkwardness, you just start getting the leg, twisting it, tearing it, and it feels so good to get to just be savage on an entire pig.
Yeah, the
Dak will
sailor
pull
way.
out his one weapon, his dagger, and use that as a very large knife.
Very well, yeah. That's fair.
And he's just eating like a rough and tumble sailor, just gorging on it.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful stuff. Yes. Excellent. So
I
yeah.
look around the group and I say, "You know what? I am in the mood for some black pudding now."
Dunham says, he like scratches his chin as he basically goes, "I do know a guy, actually."
You never know; it might be our last meal.
Well, that's why I do go this far for adventurers. It might be the last time you get to see the outside, too. But, I'll see about that black pudding. Was there anything else?
Guess not.
I think
Just
we're set.
Alright, very well. Dunnan takes his leave, and shortly after he goes away, he is followed up by... Well, the door closes, and then 5 minutes later, after you guys have finished eating, or no, not finished, while you're still eating, you hear a woman gently kind of talk as she basically goes, "I take it you all will be taking your trip to Undermountain soon. Is that about right?"
Did you say we just hear the voice? We don't actually see this woman?
You hear the voice, you turn around, and you can see the Black Viper. who is amongst you at this moment. How she gets in, you don't know, but she is armed and she looks very fanciful, though fit for battle as well.
Would you like a bite, sister?
She actually does go, it does look very nice. I can't deny it, but I got to stay in shape, otherwise I can't do what I hope to do.
And what do you hope to do?
Well, that's my affairs. I mustn't be telling you those, but what I have come to you for is some help.
Ma'am, I'm astonished that you would think such, but I'm already taken.
Who is saying this, may I ask?
Let me introduce myself, ma'am. My name is Talon.
This is the monk. She basically looks you over. She smiles. She says, that's flattering, but I'm not looking for anything long-term at the moment, thank you.
I noticed with your skills, why would you need such hands of us braggadars?
Well, simply, Undermountain is even more dangerous than I am. And the business that I have involved might involve a lot of danger coming down on me. But if a certain unknown group was to venture in on my behalf, they would be able to get the job done I have in mind. But let's not be vague. What I hope for you to do is for you to please go in, and I want you to find a place called Skullport. Perhaps you've heard of it once or twice.
Only rumors, man.
The name is familiar, but that's it.
You mean the pod that's supposed to be under that thing?
Well, I can tell you that Skullport is not a myth. It most certainly is very real. And at that place, there is certainly a den of, there's certainly a den of would-be rogues and whatnot who, I'm sorry to say that a certain individual of mine has gotten themselves tied up in. You're looking for an individual known as Crescendo Rosnar. He's a 22-year-old man, fair skin, dark curly hair, trained in the arts of stealth and thievery. He's otherwise should be pretty hard to find, and he will be trying to use Skullport as a new base of operations for some slavery and other ne'er-do-well activities. He wears a platinum signet ring bearing the Rosner family crest, which she actually shows you as she holds a platinum Rosnar family crest ring that shows a diving white falcon on a field of blue and an inscription of the family motto, "Fly high and stoop swift." She goes on to say that he's going to ruin the Rosnar name, which is something I cannot allow to happen. I need you please to go there, take him either willingly or by force, but by alive, please, if at all possible, and take him back up to the surface before he gets himself in more trouble than he's prepared for. Will he be able to do this?
Well, you've
Quite a-
missed out the part of what we get in return.
That's true.
Well, that's a very fair question, and one that shouldn't be answered too easily. What I can promise you is House Rosner's protection and also assistance, should you need it.
What sort of assistance can she provide? I mean, if we survive the Undermountain ourselves, I doubt that we didn't need any protection.
Well, that's a difficult one to answer. But she basically says, she folds her hands and she grabs a flask of Tsar, which she is sipping, and she basically leans over a chair, Let's call it Tolin's chair. And she simply says, let's keep it vague. If you know exactly what to get, then any bargaining you'd like to ask for later will be limited, won't it?
It sounds like a fair deal to me. As you can see, I'm already smitten.
She actually looks over you, and she does smile, and she starts playing with your hair somewhat with her black gloves on, as she basically just says, well, if you do this, you will have my attention. I'll promise you that much for sure, sweetheart.
If we do survive, maybe I can learn some of the skills that you use to sneak in here without us notice.
Maybe. But you seem pretty well set as you are, she says with a smirk with glossy red lipstick. But she basically kind of just says, well, if you do this, House Rosnar will be deeply in your favor, and I personally will also owe you a bit of a trust as well. You can trust in House Rosnar, I can tell you that much. And with that, she starts to make her way for the door without another word. But she does also turn around on her heels and goes, oh, and good luck down there, alright?
Well, thanks.
And with that, she smiles and she closes the door as she comes as quickly as she goes, or goes as quickly as she comes, rather.
So now she uses the door. Why didn't she just come in that way?
Because
Well,
that
she
would make
might
the
have
second
I gotta
done
close
it.
the windows again.
Hmm.
I mean, we didn't notice when she came in, so she might have come through the door.
I was looking right at the door. No, I'm gonna close these windows. It's the only way to be safe.
The window that was closed at the beginning by Doc rather, that one opened. You'll
Dak.
find yourself closing that one again.
I was like, hang on a minute, I'm pretty sure this is the... God damn it.
This must have been extra tricky because it's all open space. It's a lot of windows, so sneaky person. But
I
seeing
probably have to get on a stool to reach the windows as well.
a little bit, yeah. But seeing as you didn't ask Dernan to pick up or send for any merchants, the only person that comes back is
I was about to. I thought we had done that already. Told him to bring.
when Dernan came back with food. He asked, "Do you guys need anything else?" Dernan had silence.
Oh.
Then he went on.
I didn't hear. I
Ah.
missed. I must have missed that part.
Well, Obaya did send for somebody to exchange the potion of animal friendship for a potion of healing, to which will serve as a generic little vendor. A gentleman of Waterdeep kind of heritage, a blonde-haired but hazel-eyed individual who has some simple trader's garbs on, who simply kind of gets pulled forward, and he just goes, "Oh, right. Excuse me. I was directed that somebody was looking to do some business tonight. Is that right?"
Yes, we are. Depending on what you have to offer.
Well, I'll do my best, and he has got somehow he's managed to guide up here an entire pack mule of goods, and yeah, let's just do some marketing. Firstly, he does the intended trade-off, Doc. You receive a potion of healing in place of your potion of animal friendship.
Thank you.
Indeed. And now for the... Let's see, this is... Bolvar. You sell your potion of resistance, right?
I want to ask how much I can get for it before I sell it.
Well, this guy goes...
And I asked what he...
This guy basically
The
says,
same
alright,
question
so
to
I
you.
take it you're not quite local to Waterdeep. Let me run you through it. We go through a well-refined process of haggling. Do you know how to haggle?
Yes, I do.
Ah, perfect. All right then.
But for me to haggle, I first have to have an offer for you, from you, how much you.
All right. I hear you. Listen, this is not as great. I mean, it's pretty good, but you know, your basic barbarian has the strength this bottle has, you know, and I don't know how long you've been holding on to this for. It doesn't look very ripe, so I'm only going to give you about 2 silver for it.
2 silver. You're kidding, right? I mean, normal barbarians, yeah, they have this resistance, but not everyone is barbarian.
Not everyone is a barbarian, but barbarians are just roaming around the place, you know.
Yeah.
What offer do you have?
But lots of people want that barbarian resistance, so I would say it would be at least 50 gold for this one.
50
not
gold? You're
that
having a
rare.
laugh. I would be paid 50 gold to go up to a barbarian on the other side of the north and to then buy one of these off them. No, for like a reduced rate. No. No, I couldn't buy this off you for more than about 4 silver.
Well, if you're not going to starting to talk gold pieces soon, then I rather keep it.
Oh, well, you know, he's just like, all right. I see you're a hard man to play ball with, and if we must talk in gold, I will do 4 gold and no better.
Well, I can go down halfway to 25 gold.
I see. Now you're getting it. Now you're haggling. But no, that's a stupid amount. I was already telling you that my limit was 4. He actually role plays that. He actually says first, now you're getting the angle of haggling, and then he says, no, that's a ridiculous sum. But then he just goes, I mean, I would already be a crook if I was to accept buying this off you for as much as 15 gold pieces.
I mean, 25 is a decent price for this.
That's second-hand price for an item that's actually worth something. Resistance isn't very, very fancy. It's not very particularly brilliant. So I couldn't sell this for more than 20 gold pieces. That's final offer. 20
Of
gold
course,
pieces.
you can sell it for more than you could sell a potion of healing.
No, Potion of Healings will get off the shelves faster than this one. I'll be holding onto this on the shelves. It'll be taking up stock space. My mule can only hold so much. The mule also then gives a little just on top of all that.
Well, we can say 20 gold.
20 gold, done. And he basically smiles and he just goes, see, I really felt you got the idea of haggling there. You see, you're doing all right.
But the difference is I did haggling, you did robbing. But you did a great buy on that one.
he goes, yeah, I know. So please mark an addition of 20 gold pieces and mark off 1 potion of resistance. Now, you want to buy a potion, don't you? Mr. Shongar, you want to buy a potion, don't you?
Well, depends. Does he have other things in potions, or does he just have potions?
He has not got potions that are beyond common to uncommon rarity. So, what he has...
I mean,
oh!
Does he have any magical items come uncommon and lower? Or does he only have potions and scrolls and stuff like that?
He does have a few common magic items. So, this is my favorite of the list. Let's see. So, among some of his assortments, he has ready on standby. He has an armor of gleaming, an armor that never gets dirty. He has beads of nourishment, a spongy bead that dissolves on your tongue and provides 1 day of nourishment. He has a boots of false tracks. When you walk in them, you leave the tracks of some other kind of humanoid. He has a candle of the deep, a candle that can be immersed underwater. He has charlatan's dies, a 6-sided die that can be controlled with what number you wanted to roll. He has a cloak of billowing, my favorite, which basically, while wearing this cloak, as a bonus action, you can make it billow dramatically.
Yeah. But the common items are usually just fun things, not very useful. So
Well, that being said, the clockwork amulet is actually a quite interesting one. This copper amulet contains tiny interlocking gears, and it's powered by magic from Mechanus. A creature that puts an ear, well, you can hear it faintly ticking. When you do an attack roll while wearing the amulet, you can forego rolling the d20 and instead just get a 10 result on the die. This is important. It's 10 on the die, and then you add your proficiencies that would come with it, with your weapon. So if you have like a +6 perhaps for an attack roll, that's a guaranteed 16.
yeah,
That is useful.
How much does he want for that?
Well, he's actually going to offer to sell it for about 10 gold.
And how many? She said he can do it once a day.
It can do that trick once a day, yes.
I look to the group and I'll say, I think that would be a good buy. For 10 gold. I don't.
Actually,
I'll give you this ring for it.
he
I pull out a ring.
He does
I've got
look
on my
to
finger.
you. He looks to you, Mr. Wizard, and he just says, "Now, I can't help but noticing that's a remarkably bold head. It's a proud one, I like it, but..." And he pulls out a Gandalf hat. An antique cone-shaped hat adorned with gold crescent moons and stars. While you're wearing it, you might gain from the following benefits. You can try to cast a cantrip that you don't know, and the cantrip must be a wizard spell list. Make an Arcana check, and if the check succeeds, you cast the spell. If the check fails, so does the spell, and you waste the action. But basically, you can have an extended cantrip list because of this pointy little hat. How does that sound,
That's
Mr. Wizard?
interesting.
Yes,
How much
more
is that?
cantrips. 10 gold as well. That's a flat rate for really these common items. Let's see what you've got in your cantrips.
I'm trying to think now. What?
Message, Minor Illusion, Mending Toll of the Dead. Ooh, I don't need my player's handbook. I can go to here. Oh, well, actually, there's a... Let's see. Spells.
I do like that clockwork item, though.
Hmm.
To guarantee a 10 on the die.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Considering I've already got a +9 on my Arcana and History.
Ah, okay.
That'd be 19. That wouldn't succeed on 20s.
So,
Maybe later down the track.
So, with this wizard hat, it's not a guaranteed thing, but you could have added to your cantrip list Acid Splash, Blade Ward, Blooming Blade, Chilled Touch, Control Flames, Great Bonfire, Dancing Lights, Firebolt, Friends, Frostbite, Green Flame, Gust Infestation, Light, Lightning Lure, Mage Hand, Mold Earth, Poison Spray, Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, Shape Water, Shocking Grasp, Sword Burst, Thunderclap, and True Strike. All added to your cantrip list for a 10 gold piece investment.
I can only afford one of those two items. I've got to think. You continue on with the rest of your stuff for the other group, the rest of the group, and I will get back to you.
Sure thing. Though I don't know if the group have much else they want to tend to.
well, he didn't.
Do you
have
guys
any
want to buy some
uncommon-
just like regular dungeoning gear?
he
Yeah,
didn't have
I'm
any
mostly looking for
uncommon
that.
magical items.
So he's got the common items. What did you say you were
Oh.
after?
I was still trying to find gauntlets of ogre power.
He's not gonna
It's
have
uncommon.
those. It's uncommon.
Yeah.
Even then, he's
Well,
not going to have
My
those.
my potion was uncommon.
Even then, I'm gonna say that your gauntlets of ogre power are pretty fanciful stuff. They're not typically Like, even if their rarity is that, this one is just not going to be on his person.
Yeah. All right. How much for?
Yeah.
Where is it?
So
Potion of Hill Giant Strength. That's the same rarity as the potion I sold to him. So
he's
my
got one
offer
of
is
those.
something
He has one of those, sure.
like, only one.
He has. Hmm. Boop, 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 boop. He's got 2 of those potions.
And how much does he want for them?
He's gonna say, well, I see that you have made a bit of money and you are going into Undermountain. Okay. Now, I brought I know it's uncommon, but it's basically a common magic item, you know. I would let you buy this off me for 30 gold pieces. That's not bad to have the strength of a giant.
Well, then I buy both.
You buy both potions at 60 gold pieces altogether.
Yeah.
All right, done. Done indeed. Done deal.
I asked him if he has something common.
Like potions?
No, like a long bow.
Oh, yeah, he's got longbows. He can sort you out with a longbow. And if you guys wanted, you can all be set up with a dungeoneering pack, by the way.
No, I'm
Why,
already
thank you, sir.
getting that.
I'll take a free dungeoneering pack.
It's not free. It's just
Oh.
something he can offer.
Well, I'm looking for a longbow at a reasonable price.
Well, you can buy a longbow at its usual price as it is in the player's handbook.
But I was hoping to get one from him at a lower discounted price.
When people are at an airport about to make a journey, do they get a discount or is it extortionately ripped off?
They usually get ripped off, but a savvy person can tend to make or break.
Do you consider yourself a savvy person?
I consider myself a reasonable person that's providing a service for the local community and establishment.
This guy is here to make money out of you, and he will do that to a man desperate enough to try and survive Undermountain. But I will allow you to make me a persuasion check if you so feel inclined. Show me how savvy you really are.
You would say that. Alright.
That is kind of...
-1.
Alright, so what are you after? What do you want? What do you want? You want a longbow? That's what you want.
Just what a longbow. And we can do business from here on out. I'll be indebted to you.
That will allow you to buy a longbow at regular rates. And not extortionate rates.
But we're not doing business. What we're doing is what you give to everyone else. I'm looking for something different. We're gonna have a long-standing relationship. I would appreciate.
Okay. The guy nods. He gives a yes, like, yeah, that sounds nice. And his heart is clearly not into it. But I mean, why not? Why not? Why not? But for a longbow, 50 gold pieces. All right. Yeah. Damn. A lot of work goes into a longbow, I take it.
Yes.
Must be a lot of time, like, soaking in resin or something. Well, seeing as it is a higher price item of that range, that is not going to be reduced down.
Well, look at it this way. It's an investment. We're building a business relationship between the both of us.
I see that you really want it at a reduced rate. If I had a broken longbow, I would be more than glad to give you it at a reduced rate. He openly admits. But this is a perfectly fine working longbow, perfectly set and working. And I'm not going to break it just to give you a discount.
I understand. I was just trying to build a business relationship between the both of us. I figured moving forward, if I was to come back and be successful, you and I will have a great rapport, and you can get the discounted rate for whatever I bring back.
Say that again for him, please.
I am trying to build a business relationship with
Yeah, we know about the business relationship.
you.
What did you mean about
What-
bringing stuff back for him?
But if I brought things back and I was to present it to you, I would also sell it to you at a discounted rate because I'll be indebted to you for doing the same for me before I go into the Underdark or under the mountain.
Wouldn't you be selling to Obaya? He says, since he's been called out by her.
Not everything. There is no agreement to sell everything that we find to her.
That is true.
And Obaya is just after magical items and spellbooks and stuff. We might find
A whole
non-magical
bunch
items
of
down below.
dirty spears and broken arrows,
Treasure, maybe jewelry,
rusted armor.
gems.
Maps, treasure maps, scrolls.
I will allow you another persuasion check at advantage because you really have put your hard work in, and you got a -1 to persuasion. Just noticed.
Yeah, that's the good part.
All right, all
look at-
right. No, he has taken a step back from this. You're gonna die tomorrow, as far as he cares. So he just basically says and just goes, it's better to do working business relationships, long-standing ones with other traders at that point. You focus on surviving the dungeon, all right?
Fair enough.
He gives you a firm handshake as he does say, thanks for the offer, though. It was kind of you to consider me. That'll
I'm
be
always
50
willing to
gold
try to make
pieces for
friends.
that longbow.
I try to make a friend. I guess I can't.
Unfortunately, he was just not open-minded enough. That's what it was. He was just not open-minded.
I'll
Right.
buy that ugly hat off you after all.
Yay! It's a beautiful hat, though. I mean, it's got golden
it's
crescent
not.
moons. It's beautiful. What are you talking about?
And as I do the trade, I just crumple it up and shove it into my bag.
If you want the benefits, you're gonna
does
have
it require
to wear
attunement, by the way?
That's a good question. That's a very good
Or
question.
can I just pop it on when I need to use it?
just...
Because I don't want to be wearing this thing when I don't need it.
It does require attunement, and listen, DM's ruling. You're gonna have to wear it, and I'm not allowing.
I would not attune to it yet. I will wait till we're down below when I'm out of the eyes of the public.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. It's proper crooked.
At some point, I need to buy some rations and a water skin.
Well,
because I don't have either.
Did you not take starter's equipment, like a pack of some kind? You did.
Yeah, it gave me a scholar's pack.
Well, you had a choice, didn't you? It was a scholar's pack.
Yeah, but a scholar's pack has ink and parchment and stuff that my character would actually care about.
Fair enough, yes. You can buy rations from this guy. Let's see.
How much rations?
I recommend you guys have one person who deals with issuing out food to people, because it's going to be messy elsewise, because I'm not going to keep track of everyone. I just want one pot of this stuff. So, let's check it out. Ration, 1 day worth 5 silver pieces. That is 1/5. No, excuse me. 5% of a gold.
So it's 5 gold for a 10-day worth.
No. Right. 100 silver equals 1 gold. No, I'm fucking wrong. I'm very wrong.
10 silver.
10 silver equals 1 gold. I had to look at the exchange rates. So,
yes, a 5 gold for a 10 days worth.
That's right.
Are we able to get any normal armors or stuff like that?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Armor.
Oh, armor. He's brought some armor. What did you have in mind?
Some splint.
You want splint
Armor.
armor? Ooh, splint is quite high item, but he realized the kind of adventurers he might be selling for, so he did bring some splint armor for you guys. Just in case.
Well, how much does he want for that? And I would like to change in my chainmail and see if I can get some gold back for that.
Wait a minute. Sean, actually, what class are you? I've not actually looked.
One level fighter and then...
Yeah, okay. Very cool, very cool. Alright then, yeah. Sweet. So, I want you please to roll me a d20. This d20 will determine for me the kind of random look of your chainmail and how it has been worn in during the experience that has taken you to level 5. Give me that d20 roll. Alright, so it is in good condition. However, there is a round circular chunk missing from the back of it. You have got a belt on, and that makes the chainmail not split apart from the back and like look open. But you know, it looks good, but it just doesn't fold correctly, is what I'm saying. It doesn't hold on correctly. It's lost a strap somewhere. But it looks good.
Yeah, but how much is he willing to pay for it? Normal price, I think, is 75 gold or something for a chainmail.
Well, that will be 37 gold and 5 silver.
Oh, that's nice. And how much does he want for the splint armor?
You guys have broken him down through sheer ages of kind of trading and whatnot. So he will offer it at its base price of 200 gold pieces.
Well, then I buy one.
Very nice. Taking out Mr. In fact, I don't need to take out Mr. Calculator. I just do 200 minus 37.5. Mark off 162.5 gold off your inventory. Yeah. And yes, you have a perfectly fit and ready set of split mail on. Is there anything else?
My gold
mostly
is
just
starting to get really low, but how much does he want for a normal potion of healing?
1 second. What was that, Lynn?
no. Let him first. I was just gonna ask for.
You cut out before you finished that sentence. So I will go on with the potion of healing. He wants.
Yep.
He wants. 50 gold pieces.
All
right. You're good there? I'm hearing silence at the moment.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I buy one. Then I'm pretty much all out of money.
Very well. Anything else?
I will.
What's up, Tolin? What do you want?
I will capitulate and buy a short bow.
Very well. Capitulate. What does that mean, if you don't mind me asking?
Bargain to something lesser of a higher value. And just
he has been persuasioned as much down as he's going to go. He will sell this at 25 gold pieces.
And can he throw in an extra arrow?
He will throw in an extra arrow, for which doesn't fit into your quiver.
I know. Gotta weather the feather in my hair.
That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, absolutely. I'll allow that. Hell yeah.
New fashion statement. You might want to take it up.
He just basically, it's just like, I wouldn't wear what I was intending to sell.
Thank you, sir.
No, you're very welcome. You're a nice bunch. I hope you manage down there. Is there anything else I could do for you?
Can
Do
anyone
you
afford me to
sell-
buy me some food and rations and stuff? I'm out of money. I
Yeah,
bought this
yeah.
fancy
I was
perm for the group.
planning.
I don't have any money left.
Yep, I was planning to get extra rations anyway.
Alrighty. So, what was that? Sorry. Like you know how much a ration is. It's 5 silver. You know the exchange rate. How many
Yep.
rations would you like to buy? And consider it for the group.
How many days would be adequate?
That's completely unknown. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the
But
thing.
whatever you buy in, do it in sets of 4. So you know that you're buying for a day worth of each of you guys.
Mhm. So I just turn around to them mostly. How many days do you think we'll end up in there?
Well,
Uh,
go on, you guys. You go and play.
and I think at least 10 days, right? And we found out that we can get back out if we need to. So if we go in there and we are in there for more than 4 or 5 days and we need to, and it's getting a bit too scary or whatever, and we need to bolt, we'll have enough for the return journey. So if we go 10 days each, that's 40 gold. Well, but some of you guys might already have rations on you.
Yeah, this is why I
I don't know.
suggest you all just pile together all the rations you have, and then add to it, and then you just always think in one pile.
So how many rations does everyone have already at the moment?
I have 10 right now.
I would
You guys
suggest
have
you
10
post
each.
them
Tolan, do you
into
have
the
10?
chat. I would suggest you post them in the chat. So Bolvar, you might post your 2 rations.
My 2, I have 10.
Bolvar, I've seen your character sheet. You have 2 rations.
Yeah, but I have.
Oh, that's their weight.
managed to
You have
send it-
10 rations. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because that's what I get from the Explorer's pack.
Yes. Onday, you have 10 rations. What do you have,
Tolan, do you have any?
I got zilch, but I'm gonna have to pay for it. So.
Alright, so you guys have 20 rations. Alrighty, so that's...
And do we have anyone in the party that's significantly strong that could maybe carry a small barrel or cask of water on their
Or,
back?
or better yet, does he sell the, what do you call it, alchemy jug?
That is a good question. Ooh, let's see, alchemy jug. That's a good question.
Because I just remember the 10 gallon of my mayonnaise.
Yeah, the good old pound of mayonnaise. Alchemy jug. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he can, and he does. It will cost something a bit more, though. It is a very good item. It will not be the same as a potions, because it's non-consumable. If you ask him how much it costs, it will cost 330 gold.
Eh.
Yikes.
That's what it costs to have an inner supply of water.
I mean, I'm just saying, we did have someone that rolled for like 400 gold pieces at the start.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about the jug.
You could buy it.
So, tell me, do you have an alchemy jug? I'll be willing to part 300 gold for it.
For 300 gold? I'll allow that over 30 off. I can do that.
Well, there's our water sorted.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, I'll take it then.
That will certainly provide more than enough water for all of you each day, so that's not needed to be considered anymore.
And when I get to a higher level, I'll be able to. I'll learn prestidigitation and make our rations taste lovely.
Yay.
Yes, yes you can. Yes, you can. But
Actually, I can do it now with my new pointy hat.
it will last for a very short amount of time. But why don't you decide on
Yes.
how many other rations you would like to buy? And add to your 20 rations, which should last a team of 4 about 5 days.
Let's buy another 20 then.
Very good. All right, so each one is about half a gold. So basically 10 gold. 10 gold, you
Yeah.
have 40 rations.
Should have saved some of that pig.
No, it's okay. You're definitely going to feel very full and very hearty, certainly. Very nice and full. How much money do you have left, Ende?
49.
Well, in other words, that's 90. That's 98 rations you could buy.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still a what do you call it? That saying is a bit excessive.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's probably a bit excessive just buy that much.
Who knows?
Well, we're not going to need the money down in the Undermountain, but we'll probably gain money down there. So
Very true.
True. Although
it's up to you. It's your money.
yeah, I just want to buy what do you call it? The 1,000 ball bearings.
Oh, sure. He's got one of them. I don't see why not. He's got one of the 1,000 ball bearings. Do you guys not have any between you?
I sure
Dak's
do.
looking at Ende pulling out all this money, by the way, like, what the hell? She's been holding out.
I know, right?
I just look at him, never ask about other people's.
Yeah. It will cost a gold. Just a gold. A gold for 1,000 ball bearings. Do you accept?
Yep. Why not?
All right, mark it off. Anything else?
I'm just having a quick glance through the player's handbook equipment table.
Well, I'm just looking at the at Dax and like, do you have enough for your little wiggly shiny spell thingy?
My little wriggly shiny what?
Spell.
You know, you magic users end up using weird things like frog legs or something.
Oh yes, well I can replace most of the components needed with my crystal orb here, and then a lot of the stuff that costs money is either really expensive or it's consumed. So I've got what I need for the time being. Thank you. I've got this pearl that'll help us.
That being said, this guy couldn't really deal with any of the magic items that you would need on your list. Like, he couldn't sell you that pearl. He wouldn't have any of those on hand.
Yeah, maybe he'd have a bag of sand or something.
Just component pouch.
By the way, how do you handle encumbrance and stuff like that? If I drop are we able to kind of drop the backpack when entering combat or?
Getting rid of a combat. Excuse me. 1 second. Whew. Right, so, encumbrance. It is a thing. If you have your backpack on and you go into fighting and your character sheet says you're encumbered, I will take that and I will begin to rule like you are encumbered. At the beginning of combat, you can declare, I let go of my possessions and belongings, and they will be up for looting, and I will certainly find an opportunity to loot them if they are lootable or loot-worthy. So, please be aware that that is what's on the table.
Yeah, I just wanted to know because I'm slightly encumbered. when I carry my backpack. If I drop it, I'm not.
Yes, but each combat we will be taking into account exactly what is being on the table. Why is your
Yeah.
initiative 0.01?
Well, I just clicked in it. Where is it? Add Dex tiebreaker to initiative. Kind of good if you roll exactly similar to someone else.
Okay, alrighty.
And I have only 10 in Dex, so no modifier. So that's just
Okay,
0.
but also you should know you are not encumbered, not yet. If I change your 10 rations to about 100, now you're over carrying capacity, and if I change that to 50, well, okay, not 50, how about 60? Wow. Well, you lost some high strength.
Yeah, it's 15 times strength, right?
Yeah, but 5 times strength, that's what you can carry without being slightly encumbered. If you carry more than 5 times your strength, your speed drops with 10 feet. But
Okay.
you don't get any disadvantage. If you carry 10 times your strength, then you get disadvantage on attack rolls and
I'm
stuff
doing
like
simplified in that case then, which means the moment roll 20 gives me a warning, then we're going to have problems. Until then, I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anything else?
Oh, I'm fine. I only have 7 gold left, so I...
Oh yeah, how much did you say was a healing potion again?
Same from the player's handbook, 50 gold pieces, which I know you do not have, Ende.
Yep, now you know one.
Mm-hmm.
And that merchant did really rob me off. He bought my potion that was an uncommon potion for 25 or was it 30 gold, and take 50 gold for a common one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have kept that if I was you. That's actually quite a good potion.
Yeah, well...
Well, actually
choice.
depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
Half damage is a big deal, even if you save that to the level 20 final fight.
Yeah, but it's normal. It's just one resistance. It doesn't give you resistance to everything. It's against one resistance, like fire or necrotic or slashing.
We're going into a Dungeon of the Mad Mage. What if we go down there and find a fire elemental? That would be clutch.
Yeah, or better yet, you're being psychically kind of damaged, and god damn, it's the one thing we can't stop. And then he just goes, aha, my potion. But that's just how it rolls, man. That's how it rolls.
But the potion also, either the DM decides what it gives resistance, or you roll for it.
I'd have you roll.
Yeah, you have me roll, and then I take it. Yeah, we really need this resistance against psychic damage, and then I roll for necrotic damage.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually not that great. If it would have been giving resistance to like the barbarian ones, like to everything, yeah, then I had absolutely kept it.
Well, that's fair enough. Right then, any other dealings you'd like to make now?
Probably not for now.
All right, very well. You guys finish your dealings.
Also, yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have we kind of described what our character looks like so we know what...
Do we know what our bribe character looks like? Talking on the phone does have its limitations there, Shonka. What did you say?
I said, do we know how have we described our characters? I have no idea how the other ones look, even if they... I know one is a monk or two is a monk and one is a sorcerer, but I have no idea what they actually look like besides small pictures.
Well, that is fair. That is fair. I mean, to be honest, Ende's picture is rather misleading since wood elves don't have horns. So that is a point. That's a good point. Yeah, so while you guys are eating, and I would like you to roleplay a bit of messy food across you, why don't you please describe one another, please? Tolin, a picture is not describing. A picture is saying a picture.
Dak is
That's-
pretty much what you see. There's bald head with some tattoos on top, white beard, ratty clothes that are sort of halfway between a robe and like regular clothes. He's always got a crystal orb as his arcane focus, and he's got a couple of books on his side. And yeah, that's pretty much the picture.
Very well. Who would like to be next?
Yep. Andy is like a youthful tiefling with a tan skin and then curved horn and a thick tail around her. Just standing like a mid to average height with a shabby common clothing alongside with some random gear like a short bow, a long sword, a few like animal fangs hanging around the neck.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's mostly it.
So actually a tiefling, and I was confused to mention a wood elf.
Yeah,
Silly of me.
yeah.
But Bolvar, that's now you.
Well, he's a human, fairly tall and slim, kind of gangly looking, dark hair, blue greenish eyes, a little bit of beard and mustache. Now wearing splint armor. Before he used chainmail. A dagger at his belt, but no other weapon that you can see at the moment, at least.
Okay.
Mostly his clothes are fairly well used, so to say, in dark colors. Not black, kind of dark brown, dark gray, that colors.
All right, and Tolin.
Talon is about 5 pounds, bald shaven because of his order. You can tell that he's an elf by his pointed ears, very tan in complexion, athletic and muscular. You can tell that he's either a sports person or a martial artist. He wears very light robes, very metrosexual for the time, and he keeps very quiet and speaks when only needs to be spoken to.
Very well, very well. So
I thought you said you had your spare arrow in your hair.
ooh,
Yes.
thank you.
No.
Did you notice that, huh? That was what they call facetious.
See, I now regret not doing this sooner because this is some of the things that fly under the radar. Well, he is a monk. I shall allow you to balance and glue an arrow to your head.
Behind the ear like a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, behind the ear.
Yeah, totally.
Well, otherwise, he didn't really exactly say what hair he would have it in.
No, I thought it. I did think it, but I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to go down that road.
I imagine Tolan is shaven all over.
Yeah, me too.
We don't. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, he could have a really hairy back and tie it on his back.
Yes, back. That's what we all think of.
Yeah, the back. Yeah.
And also for I think Bova's benefit, my character Dak is a deep gnome standing about 3.5 feet tall. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah.
Bolvar is fairly tall. He's 6'3".
Right
but
then.
skinny and gangly looking. He's not looking that strong. He's not bulky, so to say. He's more the gangly type.
Cool. Right then. So as you guys have been talking and describing one another as you've been eating, you get a knock as Dernan basically says that you've got some guests that want to party with you. You feel like being antisocial? Or would you like them to all come up and have a fun evening?
Well, I would say it completely depends on what these person are. I mean, if it's some nice chubby girls, I'm all for it. If it's some bearded dwarf, no thanks.
So he just goes, right, they're open for it, and he just lets a crowd start mingling in. They're not rowdy too much when they start coming in, and they are a very diverse set of individuals. Dragonborns, kobolds, one drow, male, half drow at least, humans of varying degrees, another wizard that you can immediately point out, Doc, and so on and so forth. And they do definitely fill the room and bring in their own ale from downstairs. And then the crowd get to talking, and you guys are interested in Undermountain. You're interested in what might be under there. I want each of you to give me your choice of an investigation or a insight check, please.
And it's Dak, not Doc.
Dak, rather, sorry. Dak and Dexter. That's how I'm going to remember this. It's not Dak and Dexter canonically, but that's how I'm going to remember it now.
Investigation or insight, you said?
That's correct, of your choice. And that goes for everybody. Everybody can make this roll.
Ooh, cool.
All right, Dak. Holland.
A straight roll, right?
All right, Bolvar. And
By the way, when the huge group of people come in and start partying, Dak immediately becomes very protective of his books and belongings and make sure they're stored in a safe corner or somewhere.
the safest
or chest
corner
of some
is
sort.
your armpit at this point, unfortunately, as there
Okay,
is
so
only
he
one
holds
table.
it tight.
Yes,
And then
yes.
he goes and chit chats with the drow for a little bit.
Very cool.
Both being from the Underdark,
Well, that's actually going to
Just
work out nicely.
sharing stories.
All right. Bippity boppity beep. Let's see. Now I will bring out the secret deck of cards you got a sneak glimpse of. Haha. All right, and I'm going to deal one card to you, Dak. Deal cards. Turn order. I don't know. Deal. So, Dak. Let's see.
Yes.
Let's see what. Can I? I can't click the card. All right. I guess
think
I'm
I
gonna
clicked
have to rely on you to tell me what card that is.
Do you want me to read out loud?
Yes, please. So this is basically what comes across in the conversation with the drow.
So the drow tells me the card is called Immortal Insanity. The Mad Mage of Undermountain has destroyed himself or been destroyed many times, but his demise is always short-lived. Folks say the dungeon cannot exist without him, and so it magically recreates the Archmage whenever he meets his end within its crumbling halls. Each time Halaster returns, less of his sanity remains.
Well, there you go. And I will allow you, because you made your character ahead of time, to have inspiration. I will allow you to spend that inspiration right now, and I will allow everybody to spend this inspiration while he's in conversation with this drow, to gain another card for inspiration you spend. How does that sound?
How did? Sorry, run by right.
What else
by
can
me
the
again?
inspiration be used for?
It can be used to roll for advantage, which is usually declared in my games after an attack roll has been declared as a failure, and at that point you can then say, I like to use inspiration, and you can take the higher value. So in Tolin's case, we can see that his shortbow attack was a 27, but he can say, I use inspiration, and guarantee that crit happens.
Yeah, but just curious, how can he have plus 11 on the attack?
Well, he could just be baller. But
A mistake has been made somewhere.
let's have a look, Tolin. Let's check you out. Well, no,
I
you
mean,
know what? He is a
11
Kensai monk. No, he's an open hand monk. You're an open
Yeah,
hand
but
monk.
I mean, plus 11 is really much for a level 5 character.
Maybe
I got
actually-
that.
It's got
But
a
it's-
plus
it's-
4 mod, which shouldn't be there if you look at the equation.
Yeah, actually, he's got a plus. This is why I'm glad I'm sharing the character sheet with everybody. Plus 3 proficiency bonus, plus 4 to dexterity. We're at a plus 7, so we're already 3 points off. In fact, in his character sheet, it is plus 7 for each of these attacks. So, why is his short bow? Your short bow is registering fine.
Yeah,
It
now
was I was adjusting for rolls,
Yeah.
see where they
He's
were going.
fixed it since the plus level.
Yes, I have.
now it seems totally fine.
And he's
All
still
right.
got 145 gold.
Did you drag this in from the compendium?
Yeah, I dragged it in from companion. Remember, I said I was adjusting because I had dragged it in.
All right, very well. So we're sorted. Let's put that out of our minds.
I will use my inspiration to try
Mm.
and gain another spell card.
Very well. It's not a spell
Spell
card.
card?
It's
Secret
a
spell.
it's a bit
What
of
am
a
I thinking of?
rumor. All right,
Yeah.
I shall deal that one to you. I deal these
Oh,
individually.
so I don't need to roll for this one?
No, it's not a roll. I just
Sweet.
shuffle it out to you. Boop. Whoop. I need to choose one player. I'm gonna give
No,
it
I
to
thought you were allowing me to roll another investigation to try and attempt
no.
to get another one. I
No,
didn't know it was.
You've got a vein of lore and information, and I'll feed that to you. What does this next one say?
Once it loads, I will tell you.
Hmm.
Oh god, that's a word. Arcturia Doom.
Ah, yes.
Arcturia Doom.
Yes.
Something. One of Hallister's apprentices was a human transmuter named Arcturia, who created all manner of new monsters and often made herself the subject of her own horrid magical transformations. She claimed an entire level of Undermountain as her lair and polymorphed prisoners into monsters to guard it. It's likely that Arcturia resides in Undermountain still, in one form or another.
Interesting. Would anybody else like to spend an inspiration point and gather a bit of information?
Sure, why not? I'll do it.
Nice. All right, Lynn. Your inspiration is spent. And, Mr. Wizard, I will allow you on a separate note to give me a Arcana check, please. Give me an Arcana check.
I can't find it. There it is.
Okay, with that check, you're actually unclear why a place is named Doom at the end. Now,
I can make assumptions.
you can make assumptions, but Ende, whoever you're chatting to, I think in this case you're chatting to a certain female dwarf who is a cleric. What does she tell you about Undermountain?
Waiting for the card.
I would love to say I look at the card, but unfortunately I can't get to be allowed to see it. For whatever madness reasons. Oops. Oh wow. Okay, I've made a mess of this. I must go back. Back to the past. Is it still not loading?
Yeah, nothing is appearing.
Alright. Whoa, sloshing in my ear. Okay.
You've just dealt each of us one more each.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Right. Recall. I tried to be cool, man. Tried to keep it cool. But no! Won't be cool. Deal.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend, in fucking deed. Alright. If I do this right. Yes, there we go. Gif, who's coming to dinner? Gif Yankee have invaded Undermountain. Perhaps they seek to destroy a mind flayer colony hidden in the depths of the dungeon. Or perhaps they are planning to attack and plunder Waterdeep. There's one possibility. The Githyanki might be building a creche, a stronghold away from the timeless astral plane, where they can raise their young and train them in the art of war. So that's what this cleric tells you. What about you, Tolin? Would you like to spend an inspiration point and learn a little bit about Undermountain?
Learn a little bit about Undermountain. Sure, why not?
Very well. Inspiration spent. And I'm going to issue these out in the same way I've just done. Well, that saved me a bit of time. Agony in my soul. Spire and Snail. Deep within Undermountain is a vast cavern containing a giant stalagmite that has been hollowed out to serve as a wizard's tower, perhaps even a refuge for the mad mage himself. The tower is guarded by stone constructs. No one knows what dwells inside. Not far from this tower lurks a most peculiar creature, a giant snail with a shell of pure gold. Who else has inspiration left unspent? I think at this point you've all actually spent one, if I'm right. Right?
Yeah,
I have-
except
I
Volvo.
Who?
I haven't spent.
Would you care to spend and learn a little something, Bravo?
Yes.
Lovely. Doobity beep, boop, boop, doobity doobity, shtibaba. Ah, Trobrand's army. Trobrand was one of Halasta's most promising and demented apprentices. Fascinated by machines, he carved out a level of the Mad Mage's dungeon for himself and set to work building an army of constructs there. It is said that Trobriand controls his creations with a metal ring, and that he crafted similar rings of lesser power to his apprentices, to protect them in the event that his constructs went insane. There you go. And with that, the party reaches an uproar. It starts turning into drink fests. Everybody commends you for your courage. And eventually, you are left to pass out quite comfortably with some random assortments of bouquets and flowers adjoining over your shoulders as you all wake up to a glittering morning light. It is at this time that you come to realize it is time for you guys to head into Undermountain. You guys take a little look outside.
All right.
Yeah. You guys take a little look outside to the sky, yawning and open, and you begin to make your way down. And down there, the group that was with you last night cheer you on and clap for you, including Volo, the Black Viper, and DoMM himself from the bar, which you can see he kind of holds a great sword behind it. And you guys see the cavernous, yawning, dark well that lies in front of you. You can see with all of your mixed superior dark visions, the 30 feet down it goes until you see a little den at the bottom of it. Just a little crevice. Halaster, DoMM, winches a bucket ready for you guys. And I wish I could show it to you. Like handouts. Player hands out the Yawning Portal. You should see in the Yawning Portal the kind of scene that you guys have, as there is it's a uncommonly small bucket, and attached to this bucket, people just sort of hang from the ropes and whatnot, as you guys all assemble yourselves on it. And DoMM basically gives a nod, and the winch.
I give him a salute.
You give him a salute, and the crowd cheer you on. People cry out, "I've got 5 gold that they'll come back with only one of the monks!" And other such rowdy roars as you descend down. Down as the light of the morning begins to fall away till it forms above you. Through these like loose, crumbly walls, down and down you go, until you come to the base of this dungeon. Allow your time for your internet to load this map. It is big.
It is also black.
Yes. However, it shouldn't be black for this location. It really
Ooh,
shouldn't
I
be black
see.
for this
It's just
location.
loading in.
Yeah.
Yep, I see it now.
Yes. So.
Oh wow! I'm
Yeah.
zooming out and like
Yes.
that's a large map.
Now, guys,
That's a
God.
hiding spec.
let me make this clear. This is one level of a possible 20 plus. And I can make it bigger. And I promise as your DM, I will give you the opportunity to make it bigger. You have been warned. You will have no more warnings. Am I clear?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Now,
So excited.
yes, I begin with a crinkling of a wrapping paper. But more than that, you come into this little well, at the bottom where the bucket does come down. And when you guys step up, people look over the ledge, and they whistle to Dernan to kind of raise the bucket up, and it begins to come back out. Now, the torch has to be carried. For this to work how I want it to work, it has to be carried. And everybody has control of it. But essentially, none of you need torches. It just is there to enable your dark vision. Okay?
Yep.
Already.
So at this point, I snap my fingers and I bring my familiar out of the plane that it resides in.
A
And
little
I have-
personal pocket dimension. What is it?
Yep, and I have a black owl sitting on my
Ooh.
shoulder.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I like that. I have a handout for an owl bear. Will that do?
Well, it doesn't look like that.
I
will,
don't think that fits on his shoulder.
I will
If
allow
you're
you.
about to
Sorry, go
If
on.
you want to allow me to summon an owlbear as a first level spell, I'll accept.
I will. As fun as that will be, I will not allow that. But you will have a lovely little owl. And this owl has some serious sight. And it comes with that sight. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You know, it's a
If
strict.
we're now about to summon thing, I do the same, but I summon a big glaive instead.
Oh, shit.
My packed weapon.
Oh, shit. Alright.
You just pull a glaive out of thin air.
Yes, I just pull a big glaive out of thin air.
May I ask, what is this owl's name?
Oh, the owl's name. Oh. Get back to me.
May I propose a name?
Sure.
Moon Knight.
Oh, it was better
I was
than what
trying to
I
think
was
of a
about
pun.
to suggest.
You can call him Owly, if you like.
Yeah, nah.
I was about to suggest Bob.
No, his name is Dave.
Dave the Owl. That's more than fine with me. In all your journals, he is just a little owly friend known as Dave. There you go. And also, Torch is your companion cube, essentially. Let's consider it that way. Now, to
Alright.
explain what's around you, this dirty grey kind of floor is covered in a kind of sand. But around you, against some of the walls, you can see a collection of dented, rusty shields that have all been put there, and they have all been put there with graffiti. When you're walking through the sand, your feet kick up a few bits of discarded gear. 2 iron spikes, an empty water skin, a tinderbox, a pair of pants, size for an adult human, and you also see. Do I have it already ready as a rollable table? I bet I don't. I feel it. Yes, that's so
While you're
beautiful.
looking it up, I asked the other guys, do you think any of this is useful? The iron spikes? Maybe?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pocketing the sand.
You're pocketing the sand?
Yes.
Are you going to
I've already
Indiana
got a
Jones
little
a
bag
trap?
of sand.
Maybe.
Excellent. All right. I totally
I
allow
actually
that.
got a little bag of sand that came with my scholar's pack. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's like a paperweight.
That's okay. That's fine. But also, what you also pick up while picketing up the sand, you can see a whistle made from gold-colored wood.
I slip it into my pocket.
I'm already liking the level of looting I'm seeing from these guys. Love it, love it. And if
I'd say, do you want me to see if that's magical? First of all, before you just pocket that away.
I just look at it. Why not? I throw it at him.
Okay,
It'll
very
take me
well.
10 minutes.
You can do it later. If not, you can just try blowing on it.
That might be a bad idea. We don't know what's around the corner. I put it away for now.
Oh, please. Please whistle into the dungeon of the Mad Mage as like one of your first major actions. That'll make me happy.
If I was my other character with my 4 wisdom. No, but no.
Okay.
If I wasn't a monk, I would have done it already.
Okay. Oh, excellent. So I would like everybody to make me a perception check, please. So I'd like everyone to give me a perception check. Wow, okay. That's pretty good. Those are some good rolls. Alright. Tolin and Bolvar. On the northern side of the chamber, although it's a solid wall, you hear soft little footfalls moving away, retreating away. And also, while you're listening in for that, one of you accidentally knocks over a shield. The shield just like scuffs up and comes away from its hook. And behind the shield, of which there are 60 hanging around here, by the way, 60, all covered in various graffiti. But because behind this one, in Elvish, there seems to be some blood writing. Who speaks Elvish or reads it?
Not me.
Of course,
I speak it. I speak it.
Elvish is like Greek.
Mr. Wood Elf, Tolin, you haven't listed your proficiency, but I am confident that you know Elvish.
It's one of my proficiencies.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Elvish wording reads as follows, in blood. Beyond the pillar forest, the mad mage waits, casting spells behind magic gates.
Is that a poem?
I don't know if it's a poem, but it's certainly written in blood and in Elvish. That much is clear.
I translated for everyone in the party. They have some insight that they could use.
Elves and their fancy words.
You can never describe things straight, could you?
Let's
Is there a
keep
chance
our eye
to,
out for a pillar
get-
forest, I guess.
against that wall? Is there a chance to check for secrets?
Which one?
Where we heard the noise skittering.
Oh, so along the northern wall.
Yes.
Yeah, I will allow that. You can give me an investigation check, please.
Okay. Just because we heard something, you never know.
You never know.
I see him searching. I say, "What are you looking for?" Because I didn't hear anything. I just see him searching a wall.
I definitely heard pitter patter behind this wall, and there's something behind here. Can you help me search to see if there's a latch or a door or a trigger?
Am I able to roll it given his request? Can I roll an investigation?
So here's a
Can I give him
situation I want you
advantage?
guys to have happen. Tolin, you instigated this check. Now, who's offering to help?
This was Dak.
Dak, I will allow you to give him inspiration, like advantage, but are you proficient with investigation? Which I believe you are.
Yes, I am.
Because of this, you may give him that check. And you're not going to make that check again yourself. This is just when two of you combine efforts, the whole party isn't going to do that check until the law of averages says somebody gets a nat 20. Okay?
Yeah, that's why I was clarifying with you. Like, I think normally you just like give. I think it's just the help action or whatever. You just give them advantage.
That is correct. The help action.
So yeah, if I seen him searching around, I'd go help him out and give him advantage.
Yes, we were covering this
If
rule
you're
for the first
proficient.
time, so I will allow you to redo this investigation check, Tolin, with
Okay.
advantage.
Have you ever seen me roll?
I've seen some rolls. Let's see.
Let's try.
All right. So even then, you're not able to feel any kind of seams in the wall or pick up on any secret doors.
I think you're hearing things, mate.
Well,
I'm telling you guys, there's something over there.
Yeah, I heard, but I mean, even if it's just some small cracks or a fairly thin brick with the wall, you hear sound.
Hmm.
Where might just be a wall and then a corridor behind it where some freaks running around. Probably not mad, but
Do you want me to cast Detect Magic and see if it's...
no, if we're gonna cast with the depth every time or see something that's unusual in a dungeon like this, probably spend with the 15 hours in every room.
Well,
Yeah.
Andy being like this impatient youth, I'm just gonna go and take a peek at the corridor.
What's this? You're gonna take a peek at what?
Down the
At
corridor.
the corridor. Yeah,
All right.
down the.
Well, you can travel as far as your torch goes, so don't forget to collect your little lovely torch, friend.
Yeah, but I can't move it.
It should be accessible and movable by all players, and now it is,
It is
definitely for
not.
sure.
Now
Now
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah, excuse me. That was a fault on my part. The token wasn't set up right. Okay, so moving along as you do gently go do, and don't forget Mr. Owl Friend. As you do continue to move around, you come down this dark and it is unlit, dusty little corridor, 10 feet wide and gently arched up above you, without having any support columns here or there. And yeah, you guys can move as you see fit. You need each other to maneuver the torch, and
I can't even see the torch.
You can't see the torch. Why?
I don't see it.
All right, let's sort this out because somebody moved it. So
Yeah,
Oh, I see
it
it.
move around, then it's there.
one
Oh, yeah, I
person
can-
was able to move the torch. So
Yeah, I can move it.
all right, events has sight. Players can see.
I say to the group, do we want to just hold up? Do we want to all proceed quietly? Maybe stealthily, even, one would say.
Well, you
Well,
can
that-
stealth the best you want. I'm not really the stealthy type.
Are you willing to try?
Yeah, I can try, but I have no proficiency in it, so I have 0, and I have heavy armor, so I do it at disadvantage. So
I would feel better if we all at least tried.
Costs you nothing to try. You miss 100% of the shots
I
you don't
do
take.
anyway. I'm going to go stealth.
I can
Excellent.
stealth too.
Man,
So 7.
man. Oh, the inspirations were spent, sadly. Those are some cool rolls, though. That's a cool roll.
My owl, by the way, guys, has dark vision, and I can see through its eyes and communicate with it telepathically if you want me to send my owl ahead, just to scout a bit.
Very possible. Keep in mind that away from you, it's not quite protected.
I understand that.
Oh. If you
Alright.
want a really good scout, then go Pact of the Chain Warlock and get the Quasit or Fly and turn invisible, and you take the invocation so you can see through its eyes even if on the other side of the world, as long as it's the same plane.
Yeah, well, we don't have that.
No, sadly not.
Unday, do you want to try a stealth for the rest of the group?
Oh yeah, give me a sec. Straight roll, yes.
Yep. Unless you have anything I should
So
know about.
say to the group, let's just hold back here.
Oh!
Give me 20 seconds.
Alright.
Otherwise, you can all. One idea is just always roll with advantage.
Jesus. Hang on. Okay, carry on.
If you roll with advantage, if you have a normal roll, you always take the left number. If you have disadvantage, you take the lower. If you have advantage, you take the higher.
Oh, what's this? When
If
like
that
rounding
makes-
up? I
No,
didn't
but
catch what you were saying. Sorry, probably because of phone.
yeah,
But
I said if you always roll with advantage, like most people have done here, it makes two rolls. If you don't have anything, if you have a normal roll, it's always the left. If you have disadvantage, it's the lower. If it's advantage, the higher. Then you don't have to change it whenever you're rolling.
okay.
Like on
Yeah, I think we all know that.
Tolin Mech, he rolled now at 18 and 24. If he doesn't have advantage or disadvantage, it's the 18, the one to the left. If you have disadvantage, it's the lower. If you have advantage, the higher. Then you don't have to change it for every roll. Now I have advantage, now I have disadvantage, now it's normal. You always roll.
Yeah, I think we know that.
Yeah, I'm just mentioning it because Ende didn't roll. He just rolled the normal.
Yeah, because I said it as asking me if I want what type of rule I want.
Right. Interesting. But yeah. You guys are welcome to move as you see fit. For a little
I'm going to tell my owl to sneak ahead and scout out while I look through its eyes.
Very well. Okay. Yes.
So,
And
an owl
I'm
stealth.
tagging along. I'm not the careful type, so I just wander down the corridor down.
Not the careful type
Well,
you say, but you still put a stealth check in there for the sake of the. No, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, I
actually.
did. I did roll stealth. I got
Yes,
7
you
in.
did. Yes, you did. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, my owl has a stealth of 9.
Well, this is just rolling out at this point. So, move your token as you see fit. Very good, very good. So, at this point, let's see. Can you see through the owl?
Yeah, I'm currently looking through its eyes,
Really interesting.
and I'm seeing and hearing what it sees and hears.
The owl should barely be able to see anything because I can't see anything.
Dark vision 120.
Yeah, but that's you. The owl doesn't seem to be able to see anything.
No, owls have dark vision 120.
No, but when I enroll 20,
Oh yeah, the roll 20 setting.
Anyway, so as your
Oh,
owl
sorry.
goes forward, and so does Barlov, and so on, you can see in this room that there are reliefs put into the walls. Every 10-foot section of wall has a 9-foot high, 4-foot wide, 3-inch deep door-shaped recess containing, a bas relief carving of a demon. Each relief depicts a different kind of demon. Okay. Yeah, so these demons going from east to west include a Baelor, a Balgura, a Kazme, a Dretch, a Glabazu, a Garisto, and a Hezro. And maybe I can get... you know what, let's just get you the handout for the most metal one. Never mind, they haven't included it. So basically it is a collection of evil, nasty-looking demons that are all lined up on these entryways. But on the ground, there is also a Kenku skeleton. A little skeleton of a small little bird person, which you can tell definitely by its beak-like face. And it lies on the floor, and one of its arms are pointing towards the bas relief of a Malfejne demon, which is a fat, goat-like creature with tiny little things, that's on the south wall. And it points towards that demon, right around here.
So I come
I walk
out of
up
my
and take a
owl's
look at.
eyes and go to tell my party, okay, I've seen some. Oh, and then I realize they've all walked on ahead anyway.
Yep. Well,
And
I
I guess
woke up.
as I sigh and rejoin.
I walk up and take a look at that goat-like.
the
that he's
Malfejne, yeah.
Yeah, and I also says to the other ones, "Oh, that looks awfully like Mike with Uncle Cletus."
Cool. Yeah. Okay. It also includes, which I forgot, a Quasit, a Shadow Demon, a Rock, and a Yokel. So it's really a collection of nasty demons. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, all right. I see how this goes. Okay. Sorry. From east to west. Skeleton lines pointing towards the best use of Malfeasance demon on the south wall. Yes, over here, this one. So the Malfeasance demon is over there, and this section of the wall. Would you guys please like to give me an investigation check, please? Which I recommend be Mr. Deep No.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for that. I was definitely gonna have a good look at these.
Yeah.
If I get my character sheet back up, I don't know why I closed you.
Double click the top of the banner, and that works out. All right. So, as you're looking over this this demon, you're unable to find any kind of seams through it. Though the skeleton seems to be pointing right at it, this carving doesn't seem to hide anything from you.
Well, just because of it looks like it's pointing at it, doesn't it actually does. He might just have died like that without more. That's how we to the ground.
You know, I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna go to the statue and just whisper in Infernal, awaken.
That's cool. That's interesting. So you go to that statue and you ask it to awaken. Is that right?
Well, it's a bit of a curious thing. Why not?
All right. You whisper to the statue. You gently whisper for it to say, awaken. And to your surprise, the statue responds. This statue suddenly moves before you and reveals and grows a kind of stone-like bearded face with wild shaggy hair and a crazed deranged look in his eyes, as there is the depiction of an old man peering through his like statue as he goes and it basically continues on like that, growing louder and louder and louder.
I just turn to Dak and say, one of yours.
I'm just looking at it like, what the fuck?
Well, that's a really annoying laughter. So I walk up to it and says, "Abyssal, go to sleep."
So he basically, the statue just continues to laugh and just kind of, it rolls stony tears down and it continues to get louder and louder till it's really quite frightening.
we need to stop this thing. Hit it with your glaive, Volvar.
Well, as you're like beginning to strike it, suddenly charging out before you come two bugbears who come out of nowhere, and the screaming statue before you kind of distracted you as they made their way up to you guys, and they have a nasty, frail, like snarling look on their face as they're bearing down upon you, and I want you guys to roll me initiative.
Woo, first initiative of
Yes.
the game.
They rolled theirs.
I also need to roll for my owl.
Yes, if you want to. And also, if you flew that ahead, they would have killed it. Remember to click your token before doing initiative, please.
Every now and again, when I read Bolvar's name, I think it says Bolvar the Crackhead.
Maybe it could still be. Maybe. Just maybe.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
So how can I roll initiative for my owl?
You click its token, and then in the owl character sheet, you click its name.
Oh, you've given it a character sheet. Wow, I didn't realize.
You've got it in your journal.
That's
And it's
amazing.
named Dave.
I see that now. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
I rolled pretty good initiative for someone with 10 dex.
Okay, so firstly, we begin with this bugbear. And now, these bugbears, you have to say, their heads, their like foreheads look particularly like veiny. They look particularly swollen, and their eyes are bloodshot red as they are truly frothing and drooling down to their matted beards. This one goes straight, with purpose, to your deep gnome. And he has a reason. But they do have a surprise on you. Your stealthiness was not enough for certain reasons, and he will come at you with a terrifyingly horrible morning star.
Well,
Were they stealthed from us?
well,
They were.
first off, if he is heading that way, he will pass through my 10-foot reach.
He will indeed, and I didn't realize you working with Reach. That's awesome. But yes, you will get an attack opportunity.
I will actually get it
Oh!
thanks to Polar Master. I will get it enter.
Oh, Polar Master. Nice. Now, excuse me, because we are actually in a surprise round. So, I do need to check something about the old reactions.
Yep, he doesn't have one until after his turn order has passed.
Oh, all right.
There's a
Damn
cool
it.
picture here. Clatter
I
of
was going to
swords.
say, please have Sentinel and stop him from getting to me.
There's the rules for you. Oh, okay. So you're not actually going to tell me. Oh, you're gonna. Come on, tell me about surprise, please.
Well, if I can't.
Nah, you
use
are
my
right. He doesn't get his
reaction,
reactions yet.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that will be
Yeah.
the case then.
Yeah, I'll take the hit.
Right. So
Go.
that bugbear, he's just gonna come down. He rolls an 18.
Oh, yeah, they'll hit.
Yep. And he
With
is
ease.
going to do Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Don't do me in like that. You are going to receive 14 points of bludgeoning damage to you from the side of this morning star.
Oh!
Yes. However, this other bugbear, he is actually going to keep his distance. And he is going to huck a javelin at you, Mr. Warlock, at range. He's going to roll a 19.
Oh, that hits.
And he's going to do 17 points of piercing damage. How are you looking? Well, I know how you're looking. You're looking borderline bloodied.
Yeah,
Now,
but I'm still above half.
that is surprise round. And we're back to regular initiative. The bugbear continues on pounding Mr. Wizard, who has not updated his token. He has updated his token self. The owl was hiding it. He is going to smack you around again.
I'm going to cast Shield.
Yes. Yes, you can. Yes.
Because now I have my reaction.
I do want to give you the benefit of a doubt, though, because I believe, like, order of events, you cast that when I declare it's going to be a hit. This is going to be a miss. DM's ruling. You can declare it once you know it's going to be a hit. DM's ruling.
It says, which you take when you are hit by an attack.
This is not a hit. This is a wide miss, as he's lost the surprise, and you were very keen not to get another morning star to your chest and face again.
Yeah, because that would suck.
Yes, it would. Bolvar, it's your turn.
Well, I would say all the other ones is close to that boss. So I begin by using my
Yeah.
bonus casting. Why does it does like that? Roll. I cast hex the left.
Okay, there was a lot of like stuff that's missed out from that, but you obviously
Well,
cast the hex spell.
Yeah, I cast hex on the left one. I don't know what I have to check. Shouldn't roll the damage.
There we go. So, concentration up to an hour. A petrified eye of a newt. You place a creature. I'm gonna sneeze, and I'm also stuttering. Excuse me. Excuse me. You place
Bless
a
you.
curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage whenever you hit with an attack. It is a bonus action, and if you hit him, it's going to be it's going to be 3 points of damage. So, Mister,
Well,
yeah,
it depends. Should I use that hex that it rolled all the time, or should I roll for every attack? How do you do it?
we will roll the damage every time.
All right. Then I move up to here.
Yes, go and stab
So
him.
I get to reach, and then
You do.
I take my.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, welcome to the dungeon of the Mad Mage. Oh no.
Well, I rolled both a natural one on the attack and a natural one on the damage.
All right. Oh goodness
So
me.
lots of not natural ones.
You went
Oh.
forward to attack that one, and in the back of your mind, you knew you should have attacked the killing Dak, and you were distracted.
Well, then I.
Okay, so I think the easiest way to describe this nat one is that as you place your hex on the bugbear, you prime it, you line it up for, starting to lunge into it. And unfortunately, the bugbear, as you just like rush in, full of like prime and fury, the bugbear does, despite his frothing feral nature, do a seemingly easy sidestep while he just like casually just lets your glaive graze across his shield that he is wearing. You just like overexert yourself and just like get nowhere as he casually avoids you.
And I slam my glaive down in the floor, making a clunky sound, and probably a few sparks hits the
That's fair.
stone floor.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. All right, Dacto.
But
Oh yeah.
Polar Master, I use my bonus action. So yeah, that's what I can cast hex. So I don't have any bonus action.
Well, that is cool. I'll keep that in mind.
If I have my bonus action available, I can do an extra attack with the backhand.
Very nice, very nice.
But then I take a step back and glares at him.
He glares black, like hideously. And now, Dacto, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I will. If I leave a space, I'll get an attack of opportunity. I don't want to waste or use a action disengaging. God, it's the first combat. I don't want to waste my spell slots already, but I also want to live.
I have a action of events that you might consider.
I'm going to bonus action Misty Step.
Oh, you know what? This is your choice, man. This is your choice. Though you could put on a hat and get a little bit of a shocking grasp.
I'd need to attune to it. Doesn't attuning take like an hour?
It does. Did you not attune to it over the night?
No, I said I wasn't going to be seen in public with that thing. So it just came down here.
Okay, you got a Misty Step.
So, actually, So different people see Thunderwave differently.
Okay.
Some people see Thunderwave as it's around you in a 360-degree thing, and some people see it as like a forward thing, so like a 3x3 grid in front of you.
That's an interesting point. That's a good question. The range is 15 feet centered on self. I don't like the idea of it's just like a cube in front of you or to the side of you. It's a Gandalf drop-in, and that has a knock-on effect from you. I'm gonna rule it that my ruling is it is a 15 feet radius from you, in the shape of a cube, though.
Okay, so all the way around. So that would hurt my friends as well. No worries, I won't use that then.
It would hurt your friends, yes.
As a freebie, I telepathically tell my owl to distract the bugbear at the back for Bolvar, then come back to me. And then I'm going to bonus action Misty Step, like I said I was going to do. I'll just pop back here.
Push, yes.
And then I will... Yeah, sorry?
I was only going to say, because I can't wait to show this off to you, in a sudden poof of smoke, you
Oh, shit.
poof back to the other side.
Almost Misty-like.
Yeah, almost Misty-like.
Mark off that spell. And then I can only cast a cantrip now, because let me just double check. Misty is a bonus, yes. So I guess I will cast Toll the Dead on the asshole that was attacking me.
You are exactly right. You may do a bonus action first level spell and then do a regular action cantrip. That's exactly what you can do. Very nice. The bugbear will make a wisdom... Hang on a minute here.
Okay, so the second one should be 2d8.
Yes, no, you are 5th level, so this is correct. However...
I'll just roll an extra 1d8 to add to that, and then I'll try to fix it in my sheet.
Oh, that doesn't make any difference. Okay, I like that, right? Yeah. So that is a failure. And he is not hurt, so he's not going to take the d12. He's going to take the d8.
Nope, so he takes 9 damage of necrotic damage.
You rolled a 2 on the d8.
Yeah, but
but he's level 5.
2d8 for me.
Oh, okay.
So I just rolled the extra 1d8 afterwards, and I'll see if I can fix that in my sheet.
Oh, no problem, dude. Yeah, no, absolutely. So that is actually going to do some damage to him. The toll rings out and chimes loudly through this echoing cavern.
Boom!
Yes, it reverberates through these halls, and the demon bas reliefs that line the north and south walls shimmy and shake dust out of them as you do chime the living to the land of the dead, and he kind of starts aging over with falling bits of matted hair that start dripping down onto the floor. Let's deal with your owl.
Yep, so Owl,
Yeah.
I'm going to have swoop and use the help action on this bugbear over here, using the help action to give Bolvar advantage on his next attack against him.
That is
and
excellent.
as I ordered the owl to do, fly back to me when he's done.
And I did notice the flyby feature, so I see what you chose your creature for. Very nice, very nice.
It was mainly for the scouting ability, but my party don't seem to be up for that. So instead it's going to be for the free advantage.
Missing out on opportunity attacks is pretty on par. Now, I don't have to rule it this way, but I feel as though to give the help action in combat, no, fuck that. He can scratch and claw and otherwise dismay this bugbear and move away. That's fine. Yes, he has given advantage to anybody who wants to attack him next. Very nice.
Well, apparently it specifically has to be for like a certain person, so I chose Bolvar.
Very good then.
It's like distract him for Bolvar's next attack, essentially. Is the command.
Excellent. All right, Ende, it is your turn.
Since it's right in front of me, I'm gonna start slashing it.
Woohoo! Go right ahead.
How tall are these ceilings?
Oh.
Ah,
Oh my god, guys, come on! I should have gave you
Okay.
advantage.
Oh.
hey
Love it.
man, that's how the dice goes.
That's how the dice rolls. That's the dungeon. The statue continues to
Yup.
laugh at. Okay, I want to tell you that not only does this miss, the statue cries with laughter some more. It stopped
It's
while
soft.
combat started, and now it starts back up again.
Oh man.
It just continues to go.
Yep. I'm just,
It just goes into a new pitch.
and I'll do my second attack.
Very good. If this not
yeah,
once, if
just
this not once, you need to
I
retire.
know. Yep.
Oh God! It's not a nat one.
Yay, but
But
it's
it is a
still
miss.
shit.
We are getting better.
Yes, you are. Yes, you definitely are. Ooh.
One second, let me check something.
Oh, this torch, by the way, is immaterial. You guys can walk through it if you like. You know, that's not a problem.
Oh yeah, I'll use my martial arts feature for the bonus action. One more attack. with
Alrighty.
my un-
So what you do is you flurry of blows, or no, you have extra attack and then martial arts feature. That is
Yeah.
a hit.
Yeah, that's 5 bludgeoning from me punching it.
Yes, you finally get to smack it in the face, and that will get the statue to stop laughing now, as he actually goes. He doesn't
Also,
say.
until my next turn, I have +2 AC.
What's that?
Until my next turn, I have 18 AC now.
Oh, would you please care to quote this ability using the little speech bubble by the skill you've referenced?
Yep.
Let's see this. Let's have a look-see. Aha, agile parry. If you make an unarmed strike as part of your attack action on your turn, you are holding a Kensei weapon. Very nice. Does this cost you a key to do?
Nope.
Well, alright then. Whenever in combat, you're always basically got +2 AC. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. That's some good AC for a monk, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so it is the owl's turn. What we did earlier, it does now. And now it is that bugbear at the back. The bugbear at the back is pissed off with that owl. The owl. But it's gonna go for Balvol. It's gonna go for him.
Well, as
yep.
he reach that spot, I get an attack of opportunity.
I see what you're doing, but that's old school D&D. I think even in my previous games, we didn't do attack of opportunity when a creature moved from threatened square to the same threatened square. So moving into you is not an attack
While
of
you're
opportunity.
wielding a glaive, halberd, pike, or quarterstaff, creatures provoke an opportunity when they enter the reach you have with that weapon. Polar
He
Master.
was already within the reach, though, wasn't he?
No, not yes. No.
He was there. That's,
Oh, sorry. You must have. Did you move back one? I missed that.
yeah,
No,
I
no.
did.
All
Yeah,
right.
I did move back one after my attack because I wasn't in his reach, so he couldn't take an opportunity.
That's very nice. That's really very nice.
So when he reached this square,
Yes.
then he's in my reach, and I get the attack opportunity.
Go for it. Yes.
It should be. Is this one with advantage?
Yes, it is, because he's very frazzled. His stance is not clear.
Yeah.
And yeah, you lay into him. Yeah, that's good. So you will dive and you will bloody him as you sink your glaive, your glowing arcane glaive, deep into his belly. You cut across, and a portion of his red fur comes matted with blood as you take out a chunk of liver or something like that. It's very gory, but this creature
And then
carries on.
and then he actually stops there. As I'm very unhuman, I have tooth. I have sent. When you hit the creature with an opportunity attack, that becomes
Ooh.
0 for the rest of the
Oh.
turn.
Why didn't you take me out to dinner before you fucked me? But but so
He can
what?
still use his action and do stuff like that. He just can't.
You're a human, aren't you? Very inhuman.
very
That's where you're getting these feats from. Oh,
Yes,
you
I have
cheeky son
2
of a
feet.
bitch. Oh, you. I'm trapped in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap loop. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's the Reach Weapon build. Oh, I've never seen this build before. Oh, it's beautiful. It's really, really majestic. Okay, to take advantage of every drop of an enemy's guard gaining falling benefits. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack... Oh! Oh! Creatures provoke opportunity attack from you, even if they... Okay! Very, very good. Alright, you have piked him. And essentially, I have to say and conclude, the ruling will be that he cannot move in. You keep your glaive stuck into him, and he can't... He suffers the pain as he still lands there. He will, however, stubbornly...
He can use his action.
Yes, he will stubbornly and determinedly just point blank try to throw a javelin right at you. He crits, so apparently a good bit of entrapping polearm master arms is not enough to stop his throwing arm from being OP. He lands it right at you. He pierces into your stomach, almost like a little mirrored to how you stabbed into him, and he does 7 points of piercing damage as the javelin just perfectly sits midway through you. This is a battle of the ages. This is really
How many
cool.
javelins do these guys have each? Can we tell?
That will be 2. That will certainly be 2. I usually rule that the starters pack gives players 2 javelins. Most enemies are not carrying more than 2 javelins, so he's out of javelins now.
Okay, good.
Wow, that was
He'll be
amazing.
throwing his axe at you next.
No, he's stuck to his Morning Star.
Star.
All right, Tolin.
Yeah, we'll throw that next.
Tolin, it's your go. Whew.
I'm going to take a bow shot at this young man right here.
Young man. All right, very nice.
Actually, I think I'm going to take 2 shots at him.
Okay.
Let's roll.
All right, let's have a little look-see. That is a great hit. Yes, that's a hit.
And followed up with this one.
That is also... that is actually a miss. It just dings off his chainmail armor that they are wearing. They are... No, it's hide armor. I apologize, but they are still with a shield as well.
Too bad I can't have one of those. But alright.
And bugbears usually have fairly nice dexterity too.
Yeah, they're working a bit of that dex in for sure. But that one is going to be a hit. Roll me damage.
And damage.
Yeah, click the short bow.
Just click the short bow name in the chat.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, just the word short bow at
As
the
it
bottom
appears.
of your attack rolls.
It will highlight red as you will see it in the chat. Very good. That is going to send a screaming arrow straight across his neck shoulder muscles and opens up a raw vein that soaks and starts painting his shoulder red with his own hot blood as it definitely screams past this standoff that's going on over there. It clatters into the room over to all these pillars. Okay. It is now this bugbear's turn. The bugbear will put itself here. It didn't like you with your arrows. Gets itself into melee with you. And whips around a Morning Star, hitting you with a 23 and kind of crushing in your leg with 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Bolvar, it's now your turn.
Well, then I attack the same one.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I should have rolled earlier. I have the concentration spell.
The what, sorry?
Hex is a concentration spell, so I should have rolled when I got hit by the javelin the last time.
Why? Oh, thank you. You can do that now, yes. It was a crit, but we worked this out by damage. That... I know all your inspiration points are spent. That... Oh my goodness.
I lost concentration.
Not actually, because I believe it's half the damage. It's not what the damage is.
It's 10. No, isn't 10
yeah, the
or
smallest is
half
10.
the damage.
Yeah, that is correct. You are correct. You will lose concentration over your hex blade.
Well, I still attack him, but it doesn't do any hex damage.
No, and he is still, like, really punctured. That is a
So it
hit.
still do 13 damage.
Yeah, that is enough for you just to lunge out, let his own crumbling body fall, and as it begins to fall, you yank and pierce him straight through the heart, killing him, as you can see him just, like, unable to hold on as his body just shakes loose. But there's something interesting here, because his head...
Stay dead, stay dead, stay dead.
His head
Oh no.
begins to move.
It is that thing.
You hear from behind, hit him again, hit him again!
His head begins to move. In fact, I just want to...
Yeah, I kind of expected something like that. You said they had some strange swollen heads, so...
Yeah. But he's still pierced on there. Right. Dacto, it's your turn.
Well, I still have my bonus.
Yes, you
So-
do. Yes, you do. What's your
And
bonus
with the
action going to
bonus-
be?
I move up. I just to here,
Yeah?
up to there, and then my bonus action, second wind.
Very nice. Yes, you receive 8 hit points back. Oh, wait a minute. 1d10 plus 1 is what you currently set up there. Add another 4 to that, so 12.
No, I just one level of fighter. The rest is warlock.
Yes, you are one level
yeah.
fighter. Ooh, you guys are challenging me with my understanding of the rules. This will be healthy. This will be cool. I'll learn a thing or two. So, Dacto, it's your turn.
How high are the ceilings in this room?
You did ask me earlier, and I was about to answer, but then things caught up.
Yeah, no worries.
So, architecture. The ceilings are typically as wide as the room, as tall as the room is wide, if not a little more so. So, this is about 23 feet tall.
Okay. I will command the owl to distract the closest bugbear ready for Ende. No, ready for Tolan.
Okay.
Because Ende's before the owl. So ready for Tolan, and then just fly to the ceiling and stay safe. And
Very
then on
good.
my turn, I am going to... Screw this guy. I'm going to cast... Oh, I haven't prepared that one today. That's dumb. I guess I will Toll the Dead again.
Very nice.
Just try to kill him. The close one.
Yeah, he's hurt. Whoosh!
Oh!
Oh, that
Jesus
is...
Christ.
That's next to killing him
Please
outright.
fail that save.
Oh, I know.
That's really
Oh,
nice.
he fails that save.
Oh, that's perfect.
He
He just withers
He
and
does.
shrivels.
He He absolutely withers until he is a corpse, and the corpse mummifies and grows even more kind of misshapen and cold and dry until all that's left is this.
I was gonna
And
say, is it the head? Like, is the head?
his
I
skull
need to zoom in.
breaks out, as you can see, coming from it, a little intellect devourer, which is a little
Wee.
cat-sized brain with these 4 paws that is currently roaming about with, but a scale brain.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I just know I don't like it. So I quickly changed the owl's command to distract that thing instead. That thing instead. What the?
The
I
owl
don't know
has
what it is.
spent
Fuck
his
that.
action.
Dang.
Those one, it's the killer of level 20 barbarians.
Nice.
Shit, I don't know what that is. That's creeping me out. I'm going to spend my movement because I'm already hurt, and I'm going to take a bit of cover down below here. And yeah, I don't have a bonus, so that's me.
Alrighty. You creeped out by the wiggly brain.
Yeah,
Makes a very good pet, you know. They're very squishy. Very nice.
owls are better.
I beg to differ. And since his friend is popping out, this other intellect devourer will also bust out of its host and make itself known. And they shall both roll some initiatives. Boopity boop, boopity boop.
Oh, Jesus.
You were just on Dacto. Boopity boop, boopity boop. Stibbity bop, bippity boop, bippity bop, boop. And arrange, boop. And put to Dacto. Very good. So, Onde, it's your turn. This is a different target, so you haven't got the owl's advantage here. But what would you like to do?
I'm totally disgusted by it. I'm gonna just keep poking it with my longsword.
Very
it
good. Alrighty.
Go on, Andy.
Now,
This is my luck with battles all day.
Now, it's not your fault. This head is still kind of wiggling around the necrotizing, corpsed bugbear body that's still decaying before your very eyes as this slimy, cold, pale, pink brain starts rumbling and scrambling across this corpse as it continues to dodge you. You have your other monk attacks.
Yep, I'm gonna step on it first.
Alrighty. That you're gonna step into it, and it gives a bit of a as it makes a loud, nasty sort of unnatural noise. And
I'm gonna use one key for flurry of blows.
okay.
Just keep rapid firing, stepping on it.
Alrighty. That is a hit, and that is a hit. And yeah, you just continue to squish it and stamp on it as your foot is definitely very slimy with nasty
Great
curling.
juice.
Yeah, it's juicy and it's wrong. Alrighty, is that your turn?
Yeah, as I'm looking at my foot, just regretting doing that for some.
Yeah, it's actually quite a deflated brain now. A few of it's it's lost its occipital lobe. Yeah, that's a part of the brain. It's lost the indubla obligata, if that's also a part of the brain. all those ones. Oh, but it gets to make a turn. Now this is where it gets interesting.
So it's not dead?
It is
Alright.
not dead. Whoever thought it would come down to a contest of intelligence? I want you, please, to make me an intelligence. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. It can't do that. It can't do that. It can't do that. It will instead psionically, it psionically reaches out to you. Your mind starts feeling cold, like you just had some cold slushies. And then the spikes start trying to jab in as this creature mentally tries to churn up your mind. I want you to give me an intelligence saving throw, please. The one
Don't
time
worry,
people
I
have
have
to
a
make
new
the
sheet.
intelligence saving throw.
Yeah, I would have been fine then.
Oh,
Hey!
yay! Oh, happy days! This is why they came over to you, by the way, because you had a tasty brain, Dacto. But lo and behold,
Hey guys, I'm retarded now.
okay, so I need to ask this question. Well, hang on. Okay, you take. Okay, now you got an idea of what's gonna happen. You take 9 points of psychic damage. And furthermore, I need you to tell me what your intelligence score is, please.
Mine is 8.
Yours is 8. A value of 8. It might happen.
Wow.
AKA, I'm brain dead. Hi.
Okay, this may not happen, but it could. It could. I believe. Oh, fuck, come on. Don't, come on. Yes! Yes! Okay, excuse me, I shouldn't be this excited.
I don't
Alright,
think this DM is on our side, guys.
alright. So, your intelligence score is reduced to 0. And you are stunned until you can
Perfect.
at least regain 1 point of intelligence.
Perfect.
Now, I have not understood. I've always been told if a score is at 0, you're dead. This is not true. You are. I'm gonna say that
Unconscious.
you are stunned as the condition
Catatonic.
applies, and you are catatonic with an intelligence score of 0. And I suppose a lesser restoration is what's gonna help you here.
Good job, we brought a cleric. Oh, wait.
Hey, Lamar.
Right, so you're stunned, and you have an intelligence of
Jesus
0.
Christ.
Yep.
And
It's okay. The moment I saw all this high rules up there just now, I know what's going to happen.
And I want to also explain to you, I mean, they've not put in a way of how you regain this. You just say, until it regains at least 1 point of intelligence. They've not gone into details about it, so I gave you every warning. The intelligence creature can't. Oh. Does stun mean you're incapacitated? Sorry, I know we're on a long time. This is just fun for me, okay? This is just. I never get to make players feel afraid anymore. Okay. No, that's stunned. Okay, stunned. A stunned creature is incapacitated. Okay, now I see where this call comes together. Okay. Okay, with an incapacitated humanoid, 5 feet of that is protected. All right. Okay.
No.
All right. Okay, so it has done an action. It has been busy doing an action.
You marked it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You marked it on Talon to be someone else.
What's that?
So this one over here is Talon.
Yeah, he's the one who has got himself stunned in a catatonic state.
Okay. Talon
Hi.
does?
I'm going to read this
I
out
thought-
loud so I know I'm following what it does. The Intellect Devour makes 1 attack with its claws and uses Devour Intellect, which it just did. So the claws are going to go over to this lovely person who is
Yes.
Ende.
Sorry, Luke.
Yes.
We all thought you were targeting Ende, and it was
Ende.
Ende that made the intelligence saving throw.
Well,
Very
If you
well.
see in the
We will
rolls there.
switch all this around. The claws are going for one of the monks are going, and it's going to miss with the
Me.
claws. And we've spent
Got it.
long enough on this. Now, I want to tell you, if this thing survives next round,
We're all dead.
things are going to get interesting.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
the
boogie.
good old event intellect devourer thing.
All right, so I'm trying to get round. So, right, that okay, and then it was Tolan Mech's turn. Okay, Tolan, if it's your turn now, then how did you make 3 attacks to it before its turn? No, that was Ende, the other monk.
That wasn't
That's why I was fucking confused. Tolan, it's your go.
All right. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use my staff to hit it.
Okay.
After that, I'm gonna use flurry of blows, and then my bonus round, I'm using dash.
Be sure to update your key points in the red bubble tab, which it does relate to, because
I
I
will.
want to make sure this is checked. Same for you, other monk, Ende. But yeah, let's see
Yep.
these attacks.
All right. So
They
I'm
could all
gonna
be
go with
misses.
the 3-sectional staff.
Ooh. The nunchuck that doubles as a staff. I see what you're up to here. That is a hit. You crush and stamp out that poor, defenseless little brain as you squish him on the ground, dead.
My ass. All right, and I guess I can't use flurry of blows since
Well, you
That's-
have got a movement, and you can divide your attacks across targets. Do you have 35 feet of movement?
absolutely, but I don't want to be anywhere near that thing. That's what I saw do to something else.
Oh, okay then. Well, you did declare it. You're not willing to
Yep.
go over there, so.
But
No,
I am
I'm
willing
not.
to use.
I'm not going to be a
dash.
dick. I'm not going to be a dick. You can take your flurry of blows back.
Okay.
All right, but you want to dash? You say?
Yeah, that's my bonus round dash to get out of its range.
Oh,
Since it's using Sonics, that's what my defense
sure.
is gonna be.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to move yourself.
All right.
All right, and with that, it's over to the owls go, I guess.
Well, the owl was told to distract the
Bugbear.
bugbear that's now dead, so it doesn't act on its turn.
All right, very well. Bolvar, something just crawled out of the corpse of the bugbear that you put down.
yeah, and I really like the look of it. It looks creepy.
Man, this thing's cool, man. All right, what do you get up to?
Well, I want to try and I spend my last spell slot on.
Oh, jeez. You may regret this later, but very well. You you set upon it with some magical hatred to be ready to start killing it.
I take intelligence as the ability.
Man, whatever you're saying, it is cutting out half the time. But
I take intellect for the ability I choose.
okay.
On ability checks.
Okay, sure. No, that's wise. That's very good. You can do that, and that's totally fine. All right.
And then I attack it.
Go for it. That is a hit. And yeah, you are going to really punish that poor little brain, cutting it in half almost, right down the creative side and the logical side.
Excellent.
And then I take a few steps back.
Okay. All right.
And that's my turn.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So the intelligence devourer. you are the nearest brain. It will move to here, and I'm gonna
I
be
hope
honest
you're
in this
smart.
case. Yep.
Oh,
I want you to
not.
give me an intelligence saving throw, please.
That's my worst one.
It's everybody's worst one. You
It's not my
fail
worst one.
and take 9 points of psychic damage. Furthermore, I want you
Oof.
to tell me your intelligence score, please.
8.
8. It rolls 13. You are now stunned. And your intelligence score is 0.
Ende, what's your intelligence?
0 at the
Zero.
moment.
Before
Oh, no,
is
Ende,
8.
sorry, Colin.
10.
They're doing quite well with these rolls. Alright. The Intellect Devourer then moves forward to the stunned, incapacitated, catatonic creature and does some claws on it. Just because. And it rolls a 14.
I have
Which,
7.
well, has
7.
yep. It has advantage
You'd have-
because of
you'd
your
have
stun
advantage,
condition. Rolls 16 and basically scratches you up for 9 points of damage. 6 points, 6 points, 6 points of damage.
Well, I have 17.
Yep. Alright. So I'll move on because maybe it doesn't actually want to scratch you up that badly. And it can't do that until it has a whole action to do that. So, Dacto, it's your turn.
I've been watching on the corner. I tell Tolin, they just dropped Bolvar as well. I don't know what you want to do.
You can
Wait.
you can flee.
wait for-
The exit is right there.
Has from
No, we-
what we've seen of them, does it look like they've got a very fast movement speed?
The little brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they look like they can skitter around with like a speedy rabbit.
Shit, so can't really kite them. Alright, regardless, I'm going to peep around the corner and cast a magic missile because I wanted to hit.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I've seen rulings where it's like you roll this damage once, but I don't opt to that. You roll each one. Yes.
And just for the sake of it, I'm making that necrotic damage
Nice. Now
because
that is
thematically.
10 points of damage. The brain is pew pew pew. You know what? You know fucking what? 1 second, please. This will be so worth the wait. You just hold on to your lug nuts here. That's a bit too much. There we go. And you did say necrotic, so death. Pew. 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 There we go.
And I'm going to say to my owl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Try to lure it away to the west.
Well, the owl may have a difficult time doing that because you killed it. And with you having killed the final bits of these 2 intellect devourers, and you have 2 vegetable friends you have no clue how to heal at the time being, I shall leave this session here.